Welcome to Sports Scope, the most influential sports talk show in the nation.
What is today, the 19th?
Stay tuned for updates and great sports content.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sports Scope. I'm your host, Robert Butler, on this draft day edition of Sports Scope. Now, listen, folks, we are going to be on Sports Scope on the Roku TV through the NESSP app to the top of the next hour. I don't want to go over with the Mac and everybody is deal there. But that being said, we will be live on the Sports Scope YouTube channel. Okay, we will be live on the Sports Scope YouTube channel until the first 10 picks. I've got Carlos Mad New Yorker Chavez back behind stage. He follows the Titans. He follows both New York teams. They're all three picking the Titans. And, of course, both New York teams will be picking in the top 10 of the draft. So just stand by. Let's take our first and only break. We know the Bears are on the clock. We'll be back here in 49 seconds. We'll hit the ground running here on Sports Scope. Hello, Sports Scope followers. The program has seen tremendous growth since going 5 days a week. I just wanted to thank everybody for your cash contributions and sharing the program with friends and families. Just a reminder, if you want to contribute to the program, go to the Cash App, the cash sign, and Sports Scope. There are other ways to contribute to the program listed at the bottom of the screen. If you want to advertise on the program, go to sports, that is sports with an S, another S, scope, SKOPE, at gmail.com, just like it's listed at the bottom of the screen. Thank you and enjoy the program. All righty, we're back here live. Let me bring in Carlos Mad New Yorker Chavez. Happy draft day, my friend. I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous like a player for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I got everything I need.
Players going to play and teams are going to draft, my man.
Quick question. We're 2 minutes on, 2 minutes and 50 seconds on to the clock when the Bears are going to pick. Do you have any other players on your mock draft other than Caleb Williams for the Bears taking at number 1?
No, I think that's a guaranteed pick right there.
Okay.
I will say this.
Yes.
I'd not be surprised if he does not start with the Chicago Bears.
Week 1?
Week 1.
Yeah. You know something? By the way, I do have some breaking news, none top pick related. The Eagles have extended A.J. Brown 3 years, $96 million, 84 guaranteed that we talked about just a few weeks ago. Devontae Smith got an extension. I thought this was a sign they were going to try to move on from Brown. Mm-hmm. Now you have 2 max receivers. I'm not in love with that. I think that is somebody's going to want the ball more. I don't think the cap should be divvied out that way. I do think that Howie Roseman has made a mistake. He doesn't draft receivers well. He hit a home run with Devontae Smith a few years ago, but he also drafted Jalen Reagor over Jamar Chase.
Well, we got to also understand too that they got Saquon now too, so
yeah,
they want to get as much as possible the opportunity to get more opportunities for Jalen Hurts to be able to throw the ball quick, and so that gives him an opportunity, another person on that he can throw to. I mean, look, man, the Eagles are stacked in so many different ways.
You okay with 2 max receivers like that, max pay guys?
I was confused with the fact that they had A.J. Brown and what's his name last season, the former Alabama wide receiver.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae Smith. I was like, whoa, what are they going to do? How are they going to play this game? And it almost backfired on them towards the tail end of the season because they couldn't find a way to use them correctly. So they got a lot of work to do on with the offensive coordinator and the coach. They got a lot of work to do. If you can stack as many weapons as you can with the quarterback like Jalen Hurts, though, you can't be mad at that. And it's all about who you're paying, right? They don't have to pay Devontae Smith yet, right? So
it doesn't kick in yet, but I think Hurts is going to kick in next year.
Yeah.
This news just broke before the draft. I guess they wanted to sweep it under the rug.
Well, he's already
I'm going to have to bring in the Philly sports guy back. He's going to be rah-rah Philly no matter what, but I'm telling you, man, I would not want to pay another quick announcement while time is still running out here. Folks, I'm going to try to put we're going to get the picks before TV, okay? And I'm going to try to put them on our scroll at the bottom of the screen as they come in. So just a little FYI for the audience here. I see people popping up here now, okay? Now, what were you saying there, Chief? Sorry.
I mean, that team is going to be stacked. Rosie's doing a good job making sure his money counts, and so you can't ever have too many players anyway on an NFL roster, bro. Like,
so you're okay with that? I think that
if the Jets and the Giants are doing the same thing, and they had the same kind of like players that had that high prospect and had talent like that, then I wouldn't be upset. Like, the only ones right now that are upset are teams like the Raiders and teams that are like like Denver that keep missing on picks, right, and keep moving the young guys up. So it's working for Philadelphia one way or another. So
and I think they're leaning into the fact that it's not that Roseman's not very good at draft. By the way, there was a study that came out earlier this week, an updated study, a new study that, and maybe Howie Roseman sold this to Jeffrey Lurie, the owner. The biggest bust rate in the first round is what position? You would think quarterback, right?
Right.
It's wide receiver, folks. Wide receiver, less than 25% hit. The biggest hit rate's like center.
Not after this draft.
Huh?
So not after this draft. They'll be like 10.
This draft, these guys look like some ballers. I mean,
they're gonna have 10 quarterbacks going in the first 5 rounds.
Right now, do you think these top 3 receivers are up to par per se? Do you think that Rome Odunze, Malik Neighbors, and Marvin Harrison Jr. are really up to that hype that they're being hyped as possibly going all top 10? I've got them going top 10 in my mock, by the way.
Yeah, the problem is that this is a scoring league, and that they're rated the top 3 and the top 10.
Yeah.
So had they had more, I feel like they had more O linemen picks, I don't know, man. These teams, they trying to score, but they're not thinking about like protecting the quarterback. So
yes,
I think that's why there's a lot of teams that are moving back and forth, and there's gonna be a lot of. I told you. I set you up for this. I said, man, they're going to be a lot of trades going on the day of the draft. And there are people seeing things, and things are going on, and a lot of smoke screens. Let's see what happens. I feel like because it's a high, a throwing type of league now, where they're trying to get touchdowns and yardage, that these guys are highly rated.
Yeah,
wide receivers going at the higher numbers, but it should be the other way around, where the O-line should be higher rated than these guys. And
so you're coming around to my line of thinking.
Yeah, I mean, look, these guys. Another thing is that wide receivers too are starting to get bigger paydays. So,
my God, yes, Justin Jefferson could get potentially $34 million. I mean, that's more than a lot of quarterbacks. Okay, hold on, folks. I'm trying to. We're updating everything. But Jefferson for Minnesota, I mean, that is worth more than that's projection. I heard that the other day.
Yeah.
As far as Chicago is concerned, do you have you seen a quarterback that come into a better situation? You mentioned you think that Williams may start week 1. Now, he technically hasn't been drafted yet, but we're about 10 minutes in.
Well, no, what I said was that don't be surprised if he doesn't start for the Chicago Bears. Like he might get traded tonight. Remember, I think that there's going to be like a San Diego type of charge where trade where the Chargers traded Eli Manning to the Giants because Eli didn't want to be there, So I think something like that is going to happen, to be honest with you, because I'm not sure if Chicago wants Caleb Williams. You
think? You don't think?
I mean, I don't. They have a lot to work with. But I think it's easier for them to draft him number 1 and maybe trade him later during the day or during.
Yeah, I'm trying to update my guys and see. They're usually. I thought it was 10 minutes in the first round, but I guess it's a little bit longer. Is it 15 minutes now? I thought it was 10. There's a little bit of a delay here
on the clock.
Yeah. It's usually maybe that's the second round. Maybe it is 15 minutes.
It's in Detroit, so everything runs a little slower now.
Okay. The Bears on the clock. Okay, now they are dragging this. Okay, so it gives us more time to discuss this. Okay, back to the Bears. Back to Caleb Williams. The Bears have they got two Pro Bowl level wide receivers, and I'm trying to look for my notes here for the Bears. They are a team that is, Matt Eberflus, he survived last year. They're 7-10. They fired Luke Getsky and hired Seattle's offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, who helped reconstruct Geno Smith's career, right? Ron Poles, he's not batting 1,000, the general manager there. Yeah, but he is batting about 450. I mean, they've had the number 1 pick 2 years in a row. Remember last year they traded and got DJ Moore. Okay. And then they've got some more picks here. And of course, they've got Carolina's pick this year. Carolina loses out. And they've got the number 1 pick essentially 2 years. Now, they've only got 4 picks this year, but they've got the 1st and the 9th. There's some speculation that they could possibly move up from 9 to try to get Marvin Harrison. Yeah, that was something that was thrown out there as well. Like, because Caleb Williams mentioned that he wouldn't mind playing with someone like Harrison III. But I mean, I don't know, man. That's wild, ain't it? I just feel like Williams is coming into a situation where he's got a ready-made team there. The defense has upgraded tremendously. They've added Montez Sweat, guys like Tremaine Edwards that comes back from last year. He was a linebacker here. They re-signed Jalen Johnson at the cornerback position. I mean, he's in a very good situation here. And they made the right move moving off Justin Fields. Apparently, the league didn't think he was great. They didn't get much for him, So what do you – I think he is going to be in position to be successful. Of course, I'm looking at my guy in the draft here. They're just saying they're technically on the clock. Yeah, I guess they did 15 minutes of BS like they always do.
Well, the commissioner has to open the draft.
Yeah, he likes to talk and just do all his nonsense.
But it is 10 minutes on the clock. So
yeah. They had 15 minutes of prelude, I guess, or little preview thing. ESPN's going all out. They had College Game Day. I was watching that a few hours. Nick Saban's up there in Detroit.
Yeah.
But my point is that Williams, if Williams bust, it's not because the Bears, like they've done in the past, have went all, Poles is a former offensive lineman. He was assistant for Andy Reid. They're doing everything they can. Cole Kmet, he's got another contract. If you get another contract, that means the team likes you, okay? You got, who do they get? Former Detroit Lion running back there.
The Swift?
DeAndre Swift. Okay. The Bears were probably told to milk the clock. That's what hit my man. Yeah, like this guy. He is Ari Morvov from a website called 33rd Team. This guy's got plenty of money. He goes to the draft every year, and he's on the X out, putting posts out every year before. And I've also got the sound effect, folks. So when it comes up, I've got it. Let's see. We can even.
They can't do what they did in Nashville, where they had Broadway all lit up. And the NFL been trying to repeat.
There are reports that they're one of the NFL reporters said this is going to rival Nashville. They have a similar setup than we did down here. I don't think we did. I think Nashville had the best one 5 years ago.
Yeah, and they said they have a similar setup, but that's not the problem. Is that you don't have the same, the same atmosphere in Nashville in these cities outside of Nashville. Nashville's like, was it you and I? Well, I went to visit, and it was like everybody was, how they have.
It was crazy, dude. And it was over 100,000 people here in downtown Nashville.
You just wave in, and people are like, woo! Everybody like, you go down, you see somebody.
It was like a rock concert, man.
Yeah, it's just, it's like it's hard to say like it's a party.
It was like Woodstock. The original Woodstock.
It's just like everybody's so open and like just party like, and it fit like the draft thing, the whole thing. It fit because even if the draft was going on, there was still 3 or 4 concerts going on anyway. So the draft wasn't, people were just coming through, and
it was just before COVID. It was in 5 years ago, 2019. A friend of mine's a huge Green Bay Packers fan. She's from Milwaukee. She went down to the draft here.
Right now, Milwaukee, if you've ever been to Fan Fest, that kind of is like similar too.
Okay.
The music fest down there in Milwaukee, they have a music fest in the summertime. And
I've been up to Milwaukee.
That's dope. That's like,
well, I'm sure it's nice in the summertime.
Yeah, man. So it's the same thing when the New Orleans has the blues. They have the rhythm and blues, and they had that whole.
Well, they got Mardi Gras in February.
Concert series. They have a concert series in the summer.
Oh, okay.
The R&B.
Pretty humid down there, though.
Yeah, but man, it's Bourbon Street. You know how that is.
Yeah, I'm watching my man. I'm refreshing him as we go. This guy says the Bears were told to milk the clock, so these NFL networks of the world and ESPN. They're supposed to be doing dual coverage. I'm recording what they're saying, but here you will get it a little bit quicker here. It's usually a couple minutes here on Sports Scope, folks. So I am waiting. Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure. It looks like I've got a notification, so I'm going to go ahead and play this music here. And as we all predicted, the Bears have selected USC quarterback Caleb Williams with the number 1 pick. As we both predicted, it was, I tried to bet this.
Oh, yeah?
It was like minus 100,000 or something. So I put $1 on it, and then it said payout 0. So I was like, okay, never mind.
Like a prop bet.
Like I was mentioning before, going into their depth chart, folks. I mean, you're you're John Rostanos of the world. You're Bears fans. I'm not hyping this, but don't you think this is the most optimistic a Bears fan has been probably since '85? Maybe.
I don't know that they're optimistic. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting too tired. 2 different like stories. I think the Bears will be the fans will be more settled after the draft when they figure out what their whole roster is going to look like. So, because I've heard some people like just pick an O-line.
Everybody wants the O-line. Well, last year they've got Tennessee's Darrell Wright. They moved him. He was in a first-round pick. They moved him to right tackle. Okay. They're pretty confident with this Braxton Jones guy. There's a possibility they can go offensive lineman at 9. I got them taking a defensive tackle. Let me see what this guy's name is.
I've seen Caleb Williams walk up to the podium. He don't look that big.
Jorzon defensive tackle from Illinois. I got them taking him at 9. I don't know. Oh, he don't look that big. I think he's like 6'3" and some change.
Six what? With his haircut or without his haircut?
Yeah, that's true, right?
He won a couple in. I mean, he might be 5'11".
No, he's a bigger player. 6'1". So he's not as tall as Fields. He's mobile in the pocket. Listen, this guy.
He's almost the same size as the commissioner, man.
The commissioner's not a small guy. He's a 2022 Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
He followed Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma to USC. There's some comparisons to Patrick Mahomes. You can't get caught up in his bad games. Josh Allen had bad games.
Yeah, they're all going to have bad games. That's part of the.
I mean, we saw him get destroyed in the first half against Notre Dame. But I've also seen him, throw ropes on the road against Utah. I saw him come back against Texas when they were on the ropes when he was a true freshman. Okay. I like the situation that he's got. He can't come to a better situation, right?
Yeah, I know, but my thing was
other than maybe getting Jim Harbaugh as the head coach.
Yeah, I mean, like the way we break down football, the way we how we used to talk about.
Yeah.
If I were to pick a quarterback from this class, like this is one of the first players I've ever seen go from a Heisman Trophy winning season where he was like, hitting everything. He peaked and he did great. He got his trophy. To come back and play like he played this year, he finished the season. I wasn't impressed at all. Like I was.
Who with Caleb Williams?
Yeah, with Caleb Williams, and
because I'm looking at his stats right now. He had a 68% completion percentage this year. He had his Heisman year. He had 66. Now his Heisman year, he had 42 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Right.
He didn't have Jordan Addison, who was with the Minnesota Vikings, now a wide receiver either to throw to. The line wasn't. Same thing with Drake May.
Well, he had
Drake May lost his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
This is what I found out about him today. He lost key offensive linemen. He lost his offensive coordinator. He lost one of his key receivers. He's only 21 years old, by the way.
Right.
Drake May. Now, I do think Jalen Daniels will go number 2 to Washington. What is your thoughts since they're on the clock as we speak?
Yeah, we talked about this. I think they're gonna go with Jaden Daniels, but
so you're with me too. Okay, you're thinking the LSU quarterback.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go with him. But like I said, I'm feeling a swap coming up in the next few.
Okay, I'm following my guy, man. I'm following my guy. And do you have a TV there close by?
Yeah, like.
So how far are we ahead on this thing, dude?
About
like 2 minutes?
Minute and a half almost.
All right. I'm a little disappointed.
That's all right. No, I mean, remember I told you he was walking up to the commissioner.
Yeah. I think we were about 2 or 3 minutes ahead.
Yeah, probably. We're close to 2.
Does he need to put on a little weight? All these players, especially Jalen Daniels. I read that Jalen Daniels is 6'4", 181.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so Jaden Daniels is probably the thinnest of all of the top 5 QBs. Yes. But that has nothing to do with what he's able to do, man. He
had 50 total touchdowns, 40 pass, and 10 rushing. Jalen Daniels had a unbelievable year. They didn't win as much as Joe Burrow. But this guy had a 72% completion. He was definitely the Heisman.
Yeah.
He was definitely the Heisman. He's coached by Brian Kelly. Do you want to call him a one-year wonder? He showed some sparks there in his not last year, before last, and then he took off last year. He needs to gain about 30 pounds.
30? Oof.
That's a lot. Listen, Lamar Jackson, he says he wants to be like Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick. Well, those guys had to gain weight, especially Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and the thing is that
he did do it. That's why he's got 2 MVPs.
Yeah, well, the way they're going to gain weight, not just because muscle I think it's just, with it as he ages as well, his body's going to transform just a little bit. So, because these guys talk about muscle, but sometimes muscle, lean muscles has less weight.
Yeah, I'm see if I can put this on the scroll. Almost forgot. Let's see. CAL.
Hey, I want to do what Herbstreit's doing, man. Where he been at hanging out, man?
Who's that?
Herbstreit. He's darker than Nick Saban, and Nick Saban's the retired one.
Nick Saban's on whatchamacallit there, ain't he?
No, they're on college. It's on College Game Day. They're all nice and tan. They've been hanging out at the golf courses and the beaches.
Yeah, let's see. Oops. Let me go ahead and
it's time for me to
edit that bad boy out there. USC. And we'll add that. We'll trying to get it to work right here. Doing this in live TV. Let's see if it works there. There we go. All right.
I'm curious, man, to see the number 3 pick.
That's the one that's really, I think it's going to be May, but you don't know. Okay. The Commanders have selected Jalen Daniels as predicted from LSU. Let me go ahead and add this, edit this and put this one in there. Number 2, Jaylen Daniels.
It's Jaden, not Jalen.
Yeah. Let me see. How'd they spell it? Jayden. Yeah. He was a little irritated. His agent was, per se.
Yeah, agents trying to all these agents
that they brought in all those guys together on his visit to the Commanders. But he was saying today, I'm okay with it. I think he realized that, maybe he overreacted to that.
You got a nice suit on, though.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. He's got the little pink suit on, don't he?
No, he got like a light blue, sky blue type.
Oh, no. I was thinking of some other guy, Taryn Arnold or somebody like that. Some lady was putting out. Dun, 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 dun.
You got the Sunday best on. That's nice.
Let's see.
I should have dressed up for today. I say next year we go all out. We try to go to the draft and we dress like we getting drafted.
Where's it at?
Well, don't matter. We try to just get there.
All right. Now, here's where things are going to get interesting. Does Drake May go to there's been a lot of talks that New England could trade up. Your New York Giants
have been
in talks with them over the last few days, but nothing has come to fruition yet.
Who are they going to give?
You're going to have to come up 3 spots there. But I will say this, as I was talking about earlier, that Drake May, I'll tell you this right now, he is a better prospect than Daniel Jones. Don't you agree? Because Daniel Jones wasn't talked about until his very last year, at the very end of his very last year at Duke under David Cutler.
The Jets do the same thing with Wilson. I say this. I think they're both the same dude right now. They can both be graded the same. Drake May and Daniels, even if Daniels has played in the NFL for 3 years or 4 years or whatever. So
Daniels.
I'm sorry, not
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Yeah. So I think that right now they're even, right? Daniel Jones hasn't reached his full potential. Injuries, terrible teams, what have you. Had one good season, and this guy's coming from school that had a lot of difficulty last year. Like you said, he lost a few coaches, players that went into the draft, and so on. So
yes, yeah, May is being compared to Josh Allen and Justin Herbert per se.
That's a tough that's
who he's being compared to. I know Merrill Hodge dogged him out, But Hodge doesn't bat 1,000 either. You know, former ESPN guy. He was right about Vince Young being a bust. But he's always more Debbie Downer, glass half full type of guy. But so far, okay, the Patriots hold off on trade offers and take North Carolina Drake May, just like we said. Man, I'm 3 for 3, Chief. 3 for 3.
Drake is gone. Thank God. I didn't want to hear anything about this controversy.
By the way, in your mock draft, did you have anybody going up in the top 10 and taking JJ McCartney?
No. I didn't have McCartney until after 10.
Okay. I have him going at 11, just falling to Minnesota without them trading up.
Right. I had him going to Minnesota at 7 now.
Yeah. So let me see if I can get this thing squared away. Scroll. Cannot add banner. Nope, not this banner. Okay. If I can get this thing squared away here, Chief.
So they try to play off that they didn't like Drake May so they can pick Drake May? Is that what the New England Patriots did? They wanted to see how much they can get. You know, so New England, you've got Jared Mayo there now. They have I did read today that they actually have a general manager, believe it or not. It's not Bill Belichick no more. They got this guy named Ron Wolf was his dad, okay? And the reason why I say that is Ron Wolf was Elliott Wolf. A lot of nepotism in the NFL. Well, his dad built up the 90s up to 2000 Green Bay Packers that went to 2 Super Bowls. They beat the Patriots and they lost to the Denver Broncos. He's a legendary general manager. So the Patriots get Drake May. I like Drake May. I'm not in love with Jared Mayo. I didn't like his press conference with the whole how did he play? He said something like there's not enough black coaches hired and stuff. I'm thinking, why are you saying this when you're just getting hired yourself? But that's a different subject here. Alex Van Pelk is the offensive coordinator. He comes over from the Browns. So they're going to run a lot. They're going to do a lot of play action. They need some weapons. He don't have any weapons. They can use an A.J. Brown. Maybe they trade back into the first round. They said this guy's 21. He looks like he's 15.
Yeah. Now, I would prefer him go to your Giants.
No.
Sit behind Daniel Jones, Carlos.
We don't. The Giants.
He's very young. Yeah, he's the youngest quarterback in this draft.
The Giants don't need no more projects, man. Robert, I keep telling you, if you're gonna come to the Giants, you gotta be ready to win a championship. This is not a developmental program here at Giant Land. It's not. No, there's no one Giant fan that's out here be like, yeah, let's produce and let's develop.
Okay, since it went 1, 2, 3, who do you have the Giants taking? Who do you have them taking at 6?
I had either Malik Neighbors or
Rome Odunze?
Rome Odunze, yeah.
Okay, that's who I've got. I've got Rome Odunze. So now number 4 is on the board, which is the Arizona Cardinals. My guy here from 33rd Team, he says the Vikings and the Giants tried to get the Patriots to slide out. He said the new regime didn't play any dangerous games. Just get your guy and move on. Well, I feel sorry for Drake May. He's probably going to be playing under a new coach in about two years. Just try to learn it. But they've got Jacoby Brissett up there. They'll probably try to play him this year. You know what?
With Drake May? I don't think so.
Jacoby Brissett, I mean, he's okay.
Unless Jacoby gets smacked out of the game, May ain't going to go into it. You gotta.
He's a veteran, but they're not going to be any good, man.
The same thing. They don't want to do what happened to this guy from Alabama. They don't want that to happen.
Oh, Mac Jones.
Yeah, they don't want to happen.
It's now Trevor Lawrence's
backup.
He's Trevor Lawrence's backup here. Yeah, Drake May's a young guy, 21 years old, man. You know, I wouldn't try to rush him if I'm New England. You just want to work on the running game. They got a fair offensive line. They probably use a wide receiver. They got Hunter Henry there.
It's going to be tough for those fans to understand that it's a rebuild going on there.
Yes.
But it's exactly what's happening. And there's not a better place than like with the Kraft family to do a rebuild anyways, because they don't take long to rebuild. You know, they do sideways transactions and they do it. They have experience doing it, especially after the first dynasty of the they were lacking in defense. In less than 2 years, they had another defense for Tom Brady to excel and protect the leads that they can get. So, you know, they'll be all right. I think that the Patriots will be all right, but they have a system or they have a reputation where development is part of the growth, is part of winning there. The Giants do not. So don't bring me these people to develop because we ain't got time for that. This is a fast-paced city and we want to see some championships. I'm not paying for tickets to watch a kid grow up, man. I'm paying for tickets to see grown men play football. So, you know.
Yeah. Now the Giants could I don't think they're going to make any moves to get McCarthy. Do you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I didn't think they would be successful trying to get up to number 3 anyways, or even 4, because first of all, they don't have a lot to give up.
Right, because they had 2 picks, but they gave up one already for Brian Burns,
and the
edge rusher out of Carolina.
Right, and in the back end, they still would have to pay a lot just to dump Daniel Jones because they signed him for too much anyways.
Yeah.
So, I came on a show, on a lot of shows, and said that they shouldn't sign him. They should have got both. They should have got rid of both players, and Saquon and Jones. If that was a new regime, they should have just started off fresh, right? And they just didn't do that.
Brian DeBall, you just wonder who was pushing that. They got to play him this year because he's such a big cap hit. Next year, I think they could potentially move on from Daniel Jones. They may be picking high. Okay, the Cardinals are taking. I forgot to use my soundbite here, folks. Looks like the Cardinals here. If I can get here real quick. I'm 4 for 4 so far. Marvin Harrison Jr. Out of Ohio State. Hollywood Brown is no longer there. Man, this is a big time weapon, man. This is the biggest player since Larry Fitzgerald to come to Arizona, in my opinion.
All right.
What do you think, man?
I don't know if I want to label him Fitzgerald yet. He needs to put the work on the field. I just been weirded out about how he was played even in the championship game where they had him and they still didn't use him like they could have. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if he had an injury. I don't know if it was a coaching thing, but let's just hope his career starts out great and that he does good things like his father. You know, his father was a good wide receiver, so let's see if this guy can carry that tradition over, right?
Yes.
Like
I think that I think they're going to be okay. You know, he's a little standoffish kind of guy, but his dad was quiet like that. You know.
You know, his dad. His dad was surrounded by great players. So
yeah.
I hope that Harrison Jr. gets the opportunity to play with great players so we can see his talent. That's all. That's how I hope.
Exactly.
Arizona is a place that he ended up with a hope that they can use him as a tool, man. I don't want to see this kid, I don't want to hear ill things of this guy, So.
Well, he's a quiet guy. and but so was his dad. Is he a little bit entitled after his sophomore year? Yeah. I think a lot of people got in his head saying he was ready last year. That was all true. But I will say this: his numbers dropped because he was with a top-notch quarterback his sophomore year. Remember, he was with C.J. Stroud.
Right.
Now this past year he was with a guy who's transferred out of Ohio State and went to Syracuse.
Right.
They don't have Rondale Moore no more at Arizona. They don't have Hollywood Brown. I just couldn't see him trading out of that. This guy feels like a can't miss guy. I know he's avoided everything, but he claims that he's working with his dad on running routes in the NFL. It looks like he's going to be okay. This is going to be a good fantasy play here. And, of course, the Chargers are on the clock right now. Mm-hmm. Who do you have in your mock for the Chargers taken at 5?
So I had like 3 players, but I think right now one of the players that stand out for the Chargers probably be the OT, Latham, JC Latham, because they need somebody to protect.
Okay, so you're saying they're going to go offensive line and go right tackle?
I mean,
JC Latham's a right tackle from Alabama.
Yeah, offensive tackle. Yeah, I think they'll go with him. They need somebody to protect the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
he can't be out there. He can't be a moving target, man. He just can't. And
yeah,
that's something that I'm sure the coaches out.
What's Marvin Harrison wearing? Ohio State colors.
What was he wearing? Sunglasses.
He ain't came out yet, has he?
Yeah, he did. He sunglasses.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I was wondering how quick I was on this thing.
No, you're about 2 minutes.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what you watch. You watch Sports Scope, baby. We're ahead of the game. Okay, you had them taking Latham. I have them taking Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my second.
Neighbors ran a 4.34.
Neighbors can run, man, but I don't care if they run. They better be able to catch.
Well, he's a big playmaker. He's a typical LSU receiver.
Yeah.
I compare him to Randy Moss. Others do not.
I wouldn't.
4.3. That's crazy, man. And he was part of that 40 touchdown pass club that Jalen Daniels was part of. They lost 2 receivers, but Jim Harbaugh likes to go physical. I picked Malik Neighbors at 5 because he's just a better overall prospect than these tackles. Rather than be and there's a possibility they could take who all the Titans fans want, Joe Alt from Notre Dame, the left tackle, or like you said, JC Latham, who Mel Kiper had at the beginning. So we don't know what he's going to do. My prediction is he's just going to go. Can you imagine Justin Herbert throwing to Malik Neighbors? And this guy can run like the wind blows, and he catches the ball in traffic, man.
Right now the Chargers are going through a change of guard with the wide receivers, but I don't know if you want to like the problem now is like what is it that you want to do? And I think that Harbaugh made a plan and is going to go with his plan. I mean, I thought he was just throwing JJ McCarthy out there so he could see who would bite, so that way they could go ahead and get what they wanted, So
yeah. Well, he claims they've got a general manager. I think he's got a lot of control, particularly these first few years, because he has recruited all these players out of high school.
Yeah, he knows.
He's wanting to have the Pete Carroll, the Jimmy Johnson effect, where you just come out of college and he has a fresh take on these players. He's followed them since they were coming out of high school, since they developed from 3- and 4-star guys into NFL prospects.
Yeah. So, the only bad thing about that is that he has 2 years to work on that, because after 2 years, none of that stuff matters anymore, right?
Right. This year, next year,
yeah.
Then he needs to pass it off to the general manager. I totally agree. Remember, they got rid of Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
Which I told you last year. Remember, I was like,
But I mean, those are big cap hit guys.
Yeah,
and Mike Williams hurt all the time.
Yeah, I said they on paper they got one of the best offense, but what do they do with these guys? Even with Eckler, had an injury this season that hurt his stats. I mean,
Eckler's now a Commander.
Yeah.
So they signed a couple of former Baltimore Ravens, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards there. I'm surprised none of these teams have traded yet. I had a feeling, though, it was going to be a lot of hype. I've nailed it so far, though.
Who's the Chargers pick? That's your boy.
We're 8 minutes in. Any minute, man. The Chargers. Mother effers. I knew it.
Who did they pick?
Let me go ahead and do the little thing here. Oh, geez. All right, folks. The pick is in. They took Joe Alt from Notre Dame.
Oh,
that kills the Tennessee's. That kills Tennessee. Now I think Tennessee should trade. I think if the Titans at 7, folks, if the Titans at 7, I'm trying to alternate this thing here. Somebody said, I remember.
Well, he got to see Notre Dame players because his daughter played volleyball for Notre Dame, right?
Oh, really?
Or was it Michigan? Was his daughter at Michigan?
Michigan, Notre Dame play a lot.
Where did his daughter play volleyball?
Plus, he had to scout. His team scouted Notre Dame because they play them all the time.
And
and I wanted Tennessee to get him. This is a big time draft here for.
Well, they picked the old lineman like I said they would.
They did, yeah. They did go old lineman. They did not go with Malik Neighbors here. I thought they would. I thought Neighbors was the better
man.
I thought he was the better prospect per se.
Yeah, but I know. And Herbert just got beat up so much.
So that now they're going to move Rashawn Slater to right tackle. Oh well, hey, how can you question Jim Harbaugh, man? I was afraid that was going to happen, but
it worked out for me.
He's big on getting a good line. That's what I've been telling people for years. That's what I was just talking about with the Eagles. They've got to replace Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
Now there's a center out of Duke that is really highly rated. That I think they could possibly, if they don't go cornerback, I think they'll take this center here. It's the least bust position, but you don't want to get a lot of money mixed up in wide receivers and taken away from that offensive line.
They just announced Joe Alt, and some of the fans are like, "What is going on?"
Well, a lot of the fans want Neighbors. So okay, now it's 6. Okay, so who is picking 6? The Bear. So Malik Neighbors is going to be probably a New York Giant, my guess.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Man, he is big time, dude. He is big. You've got Andrew Thomas there at left tackle. You could take J.C. Latham at right tackle.
I think Alt is like confused, man. Like
he really thought he was going to Tennessee.
I think everybody was okay with him going to Tennessee.
Yeah. Number 6. 6 is the Giants.
But listen, if you're not going to go to Tennessee, the LA is not a bad place to go to start.
Well, I would want to play for Jim Harbaugh.
At least you got an opportunity of making a playoff.
I just don't know why they would want to move Slater. Some guys aren't really good moving from right to left, from left to right. So I don't. Maybe they've had some mini camp or something, and maybe Rashawn Slater, who's been a good left tackle. Maybe maybe he played some left tackle there at Northwestern in college, or some right tackle, excuse me. Okay. So Jim Harbaugh made the comment. He likes the guys up front. I thought that was a smoke signal. I thought Neighbors was a better prospect. So now this pushes back Rome Odunze and Malik Neighbors.
Right.
Your Bears fans may get a shot at Rome Odunze at 9 because Keenan Allen's only on a 1-year contract and he's 32 years old. You know.
But you got
Yes,
Atlanta
sir,
Falcons
man.
8. Who are the Titans going to pick now, though? What is this?
My guess is Tennessee.
They could always trade down.
They'll either trade down or they'll take because Tennessee really don't need one of those receivers. And there's a chance they're going to be on the board there. Okay. There's a tackle out of Oregon State, that Fuga guy.
Yeah,
There's Fashanu out of Penn State that Tennessee could take, although his run blocking isn't that good. I think it's going to be Funga from Oregon State here.
I'm not gonna lie, man. If the Giants pick Latham, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because your current right tackle was a bust. Now he was also from Alabama. Was it Neal?
I cannot go and say that he's a bust when he's surrounded by guys.
Felice Funga, possibly. That's the guy from Oregon State. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
I can't throw him under the bus when he hasn't been surrounded by other guys that are better than him or as good as he is. And
Giants just picked. Hold on. Breaking news. Let me go ahead and play it. Hold on. Giants pick Malik Neighbors, LSU wide receiver. Huge weapon for Daniel Jones.
I would have traded out of that. I would have got more weapons. I mean,
well, sometimes you just don't have.
You need depth, man.
You know.
I like the kid, man. Don't get me wrong. I like the kid, but the Giants have so many needs, man. And they have so much to work for. And
yeah, I mean, that's the everybody says trade out. You got to have somebody to trade out with.
No, I guess you can trade a pick. You don't have to trade.
Well, a lot of people don't. They don't. My thing is they don't. Not everybody wants to trade up. Now Tennessee may trade. I could see them trading up or trading back down because Odunze's on the board now.
Yeah,
for the Titans. The Titans do not need. I love Rome Odunze. But if you don't have a left tackle,
you got problems. Bro.
You got problems, man. You got problems. So
Latham, you think Latham?
No. I think my man Funga here out of Oregon State or Fashanu. I'll go with Fashanu.
Why don't you like Latham?
Latham's more of a right tackle. I was heard he was a very good run blocking right tackle. That's why I thought that for sure that the Chargers, if they even went tackle, they would go with him.
They don't have a for sure running back yet either.
But upon further review, I think it's going to be Talise Funga. If Tennessee doesn't trade
the pick,
I would trade the pick at this point. If somebody's wanting to come up. If Minnesota at 11 needs to come up. Now that Denver has your boy Zach Wilson, which we'll talk about him once we get to 10.
Neighbor reminds me of who was that? Who was the Denver wide receiver who plays for the Broncos? Who played for the Commanders now? What's his name?
Oh, you sure? Sutton don't play with the Commanders. I'm trying to figure out who plays with the Commanders.
He played for the Broncos and now he plays for the Commanders, and he's the second wide receiver there. Sanders. Who's Sanders? Isn't it Sanders?
I don't know.
Wide receiver for the Commanders.
The Giants selected Odell Beckham first round back in 2014.
Yeah, look how that worked out.
Sanders. You sure you're talking about the right guy? You sure you ain't talking about Jerry Jeudy?
No. I'm talking about the older guy, the one who he's just a playmaker, man. I think it's Sanders. I'll figure it out.
If it was a guy back in the day.
No, just recently, just a couple.
Yeah, I don't know.
Out.
I'll have to look at the Commanders depth chart here. I've got it on here. If we'll look at their depth chart here in just a second. That's the Bears. Okay, Commanders have Terry McLaurin, Johan Dotson, Jamison Crowder, Damon Brown. Yeah, I haven't heard of any of those guys playing with the. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, folks, here in 5 minutes, we will not be on Roku TV, NESSP. Go to the YouTube, the SportsScope YouTube channel. At the top of the hour, we'll be just on exclusively on that here, and we'll go through the rest of the top 10 here. But Tennessee's on the clock here. I'm out of Nashville. A lot of fans here. A lot of people hoping they can trade that pick and get a third-round pick. They do not have a third-round pick. They have a second-round pick, but they do not have a third-round pick, or even better, get another second-round pick here. So this would be a good spot here, especially with Rome Odunze on the board here.
Did they trade him? Did he go to another team?
Yeah, I don't know, man. All I know is Malik Neighbors is a very good receiver. I mean, he's a big play guy, man.
Yeah, no, he got speed.
I think he could be better than Beckham, from what I see.
Oh yeah,
he's a burner, man. Beckham was a little bit of an overachiever, in my opinion. Exactly 10 years later, they selected Odell Malik Neighbors. Yeah, this guy, I would say he's the fastest receiver, but he's not. I mean, Xavier Worthy ran a 4.21 at the combine.
Jeez.
But he's a better receiver in traffic, per se. Okay, the Titans. Yep, you're right. Titans select offensive tackle J.C. Latham from Alabama. Not excited about Alabama players, be honest with you. They have seemed to bust out here lately, particularly on the offensive line. You know about Neal, who plays right tackle there.
Like I said,
this guy's a very good run blocker, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well,
yeah,
people are trying to call him a bust, but Saquon Barkley has
ones in general. I shouldn't pay. I know he's from Wisconsin, and usually guys from Wisconsin can block well. 7. TN. Let me make sure I got his name spelled right here.
That was his name, Samuel. Curtis Samuel. Not Sanders, Samuel.
Oh, Curtis Samuel. Yeah, he's way better than that guy, man. This guy's off the hook good, dude.
Listen, I'm just saying a big play. Well, Samuel can make big plays. He just wasn't. Look, I don't. You can't base these kids off of big playability because the NFL is not about big plays.
I don't know, Randy.
I mean, you need big plays to change the game, but
yeah,
you need game changers.
Yeah, but you want a guy to get the attention of the safeties, you know.
Yeah, I know, Robert, but the big problem now is like everybody's supposed to be a big game changer, like the way
there's some guys that are volume catchers, you know, like your Julian Edelmans of the world, and
yeah, I know, but like it just depends on the coaching staff and how they use you and how they have the offense set up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, Titan fans. I'm just not in love with this. This is the last guy I wanted to pick. That being said, Ran Carthon did nothing but hit home runs as far as this offseason is concerned. I love the L'Jarius, what's his name? L'Jarius Sneed, the cornerback they picked up there from Kansas City. Who they pick up there, the wide receiver, Calvin Ridley. Yeah. Believe it or not, pretty good wide receiver there. They what is this guy's name? Granberry, the center, the free agency center there. They've signed out of where they signed this guy out of signed this guy out of the Denver Broncos. So everybody watching on Roku TV, make sure and flip back over to the Sports Scope YouTube channel, folks. Here in about 5 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the NESSP because I don't want to go over. Yep. All righty. Save changes. All right, here we go. All right, now we are on the YouTube channel here. So now at 8, Atlanta.
Who they pick?
Well, the Titans picked J.C. Latham.
No. Who Atlanta pick? Because
Atlanta is on the board right now. They're on the clock. They haven't picked yet. I'm just saying, I think that they're going to take this guy, Latupu. He's an edge rusher out of UCLA.
Well, you think they're going defense?
Yeah. Everybody thinks they're going to get Dallas Turner out of Alabama, the edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to take this guy from UCLA, Latuda, edge rusher from UCLA. He's got better. He's got more sacks.
He's just like a Kuna Matata.
Kuna Matata. Yeah, it's a mouthful, man.
Don't worry about it. Good. It means no worries.
Yeah. Letetu. I think he's Samoan, but I'm not sure. But he transferred from Washington to go to UCLA. He hurt his neck about 2 years ago, okay, or 3 years ago. He was not supposed to play football again, but he rehabbed. He got cleared medically, and he has killed double-digit sacks the last 2 years. People are saying he's the best defensive player in this draft. But because he got hurt a few years ago, that there may be some scarcity on not taking him high, So I just think his numbers are good. I think his medical is going to check out, and I think Atlanta's going to take him with the I was hoping Tennessee would have. Man, every time I look down at this, it just hopefully I'm wrong, and this is not another bust from Alabama.
Why would you?
They just underachieved, man. They're trenches, guys. When's the last time you seen an All-Pro left tackle from Alabama?
Yeah,
I haven't.
The thing is that
at the pro level,
man. Look, again, they're not. These guys they're the best players coming out of some of the best schools, but they're playing for the worst teams in NFL, which is the draft first.
Yeah, I'll have to read back on his pass blocking ability. His run blocking's a lot better than the other guy, Fashanu. I read that Fashanu's a better pass block. Fashanu may have a higher ceiling, but he's a younger player. I guess that Rand Carthon wanted to go with the guy that's more solid.
This guy's big, man. He just picked up like the commissioner like nothing, bro. He picked him up like a
he's huge. I mean,
he picked him up like a Chisahoe biscuit.
Uh-oh.
Who did Atlanta pick?
Atlanta has picked. I got to go ahead and put my little sound on here, Chief.
Do it.
And it's a surprise pick, man.
It's a surprise pick?
Yeah, man.
Uh-oh.
Like we've been talking, what quarterback have we been talking about that everybody's overlooking?
Bo Nix?
No, Bo Nix. Atlanta, folks, has picked Michael Penix from Seattle. Another guy I said that people are overreacting to Michael Penix's injuries. Going back 3 years ago, he was very solid with Washington. The Huskies for the last 2 years. This is a huge pick for Atlanta.
Man, Michael Penix.
Yeah, he went over J.J. McCarthy. Remember, everybody thought McCarthy was going to be that other quarterback taken.
I thought the Vikings were going to choose Michael Penix. I thought that was a better place for him. I mean,
he's going to back up. He'll back up Kirk Cousins.
Wow,
I know, right?
And that's good for him too, because that gives him time and and he got nothing but weapons down there if Kirk Cousins doesn't do what he's supposed to.
Man, he's got an offensive line. This dude's blessed. Man, he's feeling it right now.
What a pick for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Even the Giants can do something smart like that.
It must.
Wow. What
Wow.
what a
Well,
move. That's
now I think Rome Odunze is probably going to go to the Bears at 8,
the Bears
at
yeah.
9.
That's why I have him too. I have either Rome Odunze or I have
I just didn't think he was going to be there, man.
wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's gonna wreck a lot of boards, bro.
That's going to be it. Yes. Nobody thought Penix. Everybody was thinking. I know Seattle's kicking themselves because they had a 16th pick. A lot of people were saying he's going to slip to the second round. I'm like, man, I love Penix, man. This guy could potentially be the best quarterback in this draft.
It's just, the red flags, and people started talking about he got two ACLs. He had a broken clavicle.
He really had a lot of injuries.
This and that, and then his performance.
But none of those were in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and then the performance in the last game he wasn't up to par. So, but I thought he was just tired.
Well, I thought that was because of the pass rush by Michigan.
Wow.
Man, he could not. The left-hander.
So that even leaves Dallas Turner open too. Well, these guys.
Dallas Turner's falling down. Latupo's falling down. Rome Odunze's falling down.
So
I wish Tennessee would have traded that pick. They couldn't though. You got to have a.
Brock Bowers is still on the board.
Brock Bowers, yeah. Well, he's a tight end.
So
Atlanta. Here we go. You got Bijan Robertson, great running back coming into year 2. Drake London, wide receiver. They signed Darnell Mooney in free agency with Rondale Moore and Kyle Pitts here. And, of course, they've got Jake Matthews, which is a fabulous left tackle with Kirk Cousins is going to have it made here. Now, he's got a pretty big contract on for 4 years. Penix can sit behind him for a year and ease into that role. I love this pick by Atlanta.
It's genius.
I thought it was just me and you. We've been high on Michael Penix for 6 months.
It's genius because they have spent so much money to get Cousins, and now they got somebody to back him up if something happens to him.
Yeah. Now Penix is a left-handed quarterback. Cousins is right-handed. I don't know how that's going to affect the offensive line. The Falcons have signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million contract with $100 million guaranteed, and they still go quarterback at 8. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's okay. That's okay because, that's.
Well, you've got Penix on a rookie contract.
Exactly.
And the way they see it, this guy's a big-time talent. They didn't think he was going to be there. He was the secret that everybody was talking about. He was the secret. There's always somebody that surprises you. A few years ago, the Ravens they traded back in the first round and took Lamar Jackson from Robert.
Another thing we got to mention too, this changes everything because now you have the Raiders who are hoping that Penix was going to fall
at 13. Yeah, that was a possibility.
Who were also had their eyes on Penix. So that leaves McCarthy. Are they going to move? Are these teams going to move up to get McCarthy, or move up to get whatever quarterback? Because who's rated there? What quarterbacks are left? Bo Nix and
you've got Bo Nix. You've got McCarthy there.
So now you're the Vikings and you're the Raiders. You got to move up to get either one because they're not going to fall.
Because you're still kind of worried about Seattle.
Well,
now Denver's took Zach Wilson.
Yeah, but Denver was picking these knucklehead quarterbacks.
And you still have the quarterback from who's the guy from Notre Dame? He's going to be a later pick though.
Yeah, but you're talking about guys that have second round value already. In fact, you were already in the draft.
Hold on, man. We got another pick coming in. The Bears have made a pick.
Of course, they're gonna pick.
And all I gotta say is, our boy whatchamacallit's going to be pretty excited. John Rostano.
I know. Rome.
The Bears pick another Washington Husky, Rome Odunze, out of Washington, wide receiver. So they've got DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Keenan Allen.
That's it.
That's riches. That's riches.
And you got
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams cannot. He can maybe lose 3 games, but when he start losing the 4th game, they're gonna be like, we got the wrong guy.
Man,
woo!
Man, them boys gonna be hard to beat. This is a renaissance for the Bears. The Bears are linebackers, defense.
I just want to know if Bear fans are over the fact of what Caleb Williams and how he was acting and what he was saying. Are they over that? And are they ready to welcome this guy home to
well, you know, they've got an upgraded offensive line. They've got a running back now. They've upgraded. I've liked DeAndre Swift.
No, I'm talking about the things that were coming out of the camp before even the combine about how the Bears were going to pick Caleb Williams, and he was like, I don't want to go to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to forget? Are they going to forgive and forget all that?
I don't know, man. I'll tell you what, though. Odunze.
So, I mean,
wow.
Now the Jets are going.
They played in the national championship last year. Somebody shouldn't be that. I'm not surprised. I know these guys can play. I think a lot of the people that did these mocks have a different recollection. So now we're at number 10.
The Jets.
No Zach Wilson. You've got Fuge there. You've got Fashanu there. You got Brock Bowers.
I think the Jets might pick Brock Bowers just to say they picked a top-rated.
I mean, if they do that, I'm telling you right now, Salah's probably going to get fired anyways.
There's no one pick that the Jets can pick right now that would save Salah's job. That's how bad the Jets need offense, right? Because their defense.
Tyron Smith he's good for 12 games. Rodgers is 40 years old, man. You need as much help on that offensive line as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
Well, they're flying off the board here, Chief.
Fashanu.
Trade. Vikings are getting the 10th pick while the Jets are getting the 11th and the 157th.
Yes! Yes! They did.
Why couldn't the Titans do that?
Yes.
Oh, come on, man.
Thank you.
The Titans, they get no respect, Rodney Dangerfield.
They heard my cry. Thank you, Jesus.
Vikings will be picking number 10. Well, I guess that the Vikings are probably going to take J.J. McCarthy.
It's what I was saying just a few seconds ago, right?
They're scared of Denver. They're still scared. Denver, why did Denver make that move and get Zach Wilson? They got him for free, I guess.
No, they don't. Well, they got him for free because the Jets got to pay that contract.
Well, they split it.
And they ain't split nothing.
And they gave him some higher draft picks. So now the Jets.
Oh, man, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so, okay, the Vikings. They get the number 11th pick. They get the 129 and 157.
Oh, my gosh.
So 129, I think that is what, 4?
I got to go light a candle, man, to thank my Lord Jesus and say no prayer.
They got another 4th-round pick.
Nice.
And 157, that's 50.
The Giants could have done the same thing. The Giants, I don't say it to try to be like a Nancy naysayer. Like I say it because you if you don't get what you need at the utmost talent, then you go for more opportunity to build depth. Because football is one of them games that even
I don't think they don't have a 2nd-round pick this year. The Packers have a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah,
they have their pick.
Yeah, but I'm so glad and happy.
They've got plenty of offensive line. They did what Tennessee should have did.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds.
And maybe Tennessee just didn't get that kind of offer. Rome Odunze made people paranoid.
Yeah, it did. I told you. And what are Raiders?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you said it, Chief.
Yeah. What are the Raiders going to do? Give me 1 second.
Vikings, I'm already going to put in on this thing, J.J. McCarthy.
Yo, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, folks. So, we're editing everything. I am watching everybody. Number 10, MINN. Let's see what they're going to do. So the Vikings are on the clock. I'm almost for certain they're going to take McCarthy. Would they take somebody else because they've got another pick? I doubt it. Again, in case you haven't not heard, okay, now it's already in. Let me go ahead and say it. Let me go ahead and play it. The pick is in, folks. The Minnesota Vikings have selected J.J. McCarthy from University of Michigan. They have taken J.J. McCarthy. Yes, they've made the pick, Carlos.
JJ? Look at that. Look at that.
Is it on your TV? I bet it's not on your TV, is it?
No, it's not on my TV yet, man.
That's boy Rick James, baby.
I was filling up my cup and I heard you saying something. And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, you heard a little ding, 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 ding.
I'm like, what Robert's saying? What are his people saying?
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's hang out till the 11th pick because the Jets are now on the clock.
Yeah.
Now they have a 4th round pick. So J.J. McCarthy with O'Connell, I wasn't in love with McCarthy. I think Rome Odunze threw everybody off, man. But my common sense was telling me Penix is the better quarterback. It just sort of sense. Penix had a great year, folks. I mean, he made NFL throw after NFL throw. And you know something else? You mentioned he's got those ACL injuries and everything. You know, I think him running at the pro day and his combine, he ran like a 4.5. So that told the scouts this guy still got legs. He's a throw first, run second type of quarterback.
Right.
Don't be surprised if he's not a better prospect than Jalen Daniels, who was picked number 2 overall.
Ooh. Yeah. Again, we're gonna.
He's counting his lucky start. He went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is a thing for, like, you talk about development. That would be a good place for him to be, you know, and have that time that just to get into the pro mind and practice and all that, so that when and if anything goes bad, he's ready. He's going to be ready. So
what if he outplays in year 2? What if he beats out Cousins? Do you just trade Cousins?
No, you want Cousins, because Cousins is one of those veterans that, you know, if he's on the field, he's going to give you an opportunity to win the game. Now, the problem with Cousins is, you know, that in the playoffs, don't win too many games. So, but it is what it is, and he's in a good situation. This is going to be like a Green Bay situation for them. Yeah. Just have your starter, and if anything happens, your backup plan is ready to go.
So I'll tell you what, if anybody can get McCarthy to be good in Minnesota, it couldn't be O'Connell. Remember what he did with our guy, who's a former Tennessee quarterback that played temporary there last year, Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
I mean, he did well. You've got Justin Jefferson. You've got Jordan Addison.
Well, you have people to throw the ball to.
Yeah, and this guy's a very good schemer there up there in Minnesota.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's going to be that they might have to give him a year or two just to get bigger, get the arm stronger. But they've got Sam Darnold listed as a starter as of right this second.
So
here's the thing. So the Raiders will pick what, Bo Nix? It's possible he goes around.
I think the Raiders go offensive lineman, and maybe in the second round they may try to pick up a Bo Nix.
Or is that who's Denver picking up?
Well, Denver's already got Zach Wilson, and they've got Stidham. I think. Well, you're right. Maybe Denver just takes Bo Nix at 12.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a second round pick. I think a lot of people see Penix threw everything off because a lot of people thought Penix was going to be a safety valve in the second round, and that's out of the question.
No,
but again, you talked about this when this came out. I said, why don't Atlanta take Michael Penix? Atlanta or Minnesota would be perfect for Michael Penix.
No, he went to Atlanta. Sometimes people say that we talk crazy, man, but we've been hitting on some of these things.
We've been hitting on a lot of this stuff, I mean, I tell you what, it makes it a lot easier when you got a guy like Bijan Robertson, who was just money at running back last year. And running backs get better year 2.
Right.
He's going to be that much better.
And you screaming that from the top of your lungs. I guess this is going to be like the third year that we're doing the show, right? Almost. But you were screaming that you could get a running back or a wide receiver like from anywhere, and now you see in the draft, there probably will not one running back chosen in the first round.
Yeah. Well, we've been saying that too. Yeah. Now, last year they did take Robertson. He was a special running back. I get it. But normally, you could get – hey, they got Derrick Henry in the second round. Titans did. So there might not be one drafted in the second round this year, per se.
And there's still Brock Bowers.
There's some good backs out there,
And then that means that Brock Bowers is falling, and him falling can affect the
Bowers is one of the better overall prospects, in my opinion.
So if Denver chooses Bo Nix, it's possible the Raiders just pick up Bowers and pick up a quarterback in the second or third round, right? Because you got to pick the best offensive player available.
Man, I'm going tackle if I'm the Jets, man. I go Fuga from Oregon State. That's just
But
me.
The problem is the Jets haven't hit on the tackle since the Brickenshaw, Ferguson, and
you got to keep swinging, though, brother. You got to keep swinging.
I'm so glad the Jets made that pick, man. I'm so happy, bro.
Man,
you don't understand.
Mad the Titans didn't make it.
I'm upset that the Giants didn't do that either. But whatever.
It just Penix, like you said, you made a good call. You said Penix is going to throw everything off, and I wasn't sure. I mean, people were scared, but again, like my man, this Tatua guy, whatever the heck his name is, Latuda from UCLA. There's 2 healthy years for Penix, just like it is for this guy. And if your medicals are there, your medicals are there. The Jets. Now, this was who I said the Jets would take. Let's go ahead and do the music here. All righty, then the Jets have selected Penn State's Olu Fashanu. Number 11 pick for Aaron Rodgers. We'll be blocking for Rodgers, and again, that was my pick there. I had them picking him at 10. They end up picking him at 11.
Well, we had him going.
So Brock Bowers, for the record, in my mock draft, I had him slide into 17 with the New York Jets. And the Jaguars, Jacksonville Jaguars. Excuse me. NYJOLOLU.
How long we doing this show, my man?
I know. We just.
No, I'm asking you. No, I'm asking because you always say we might as well stay the whole time into this.
It is fun, ain't it?
Look, I just want some stuff is gonna come up, so
we can hang out.
you're on YouTube
why
now.
not? I mean, it's on mine. It ain't on theirs.
As I say, it's on you on YouTube now. So.
Yeah, yeah, we can go on YouTube, and I will be listening to the playback because we're better than that, man. We got the nerve to think we're better than big.
We just think big, man. You know, we think big and make big moves, man.
So okay.
So who's got
now? Okay, let's talk about these tackles. So you got Joe Alt, which really irritates me, Jim Harbaugh, J.C. Latham, and you got Fashanu. That's 3 tackles in 11 picks, man.
And 3 quarterbacks, right? Or more 4. Wait, you got
4 quarterbacks.
4. Wow.
Wait a minute. 5 quarterbacks. Penix.
Oh,
McCarthy. Penix. Drake May. Jalen Daniels and Caleb Williams, dude.
So the 5. So they hit. Well, did you bet that? Did you prop bet how many quarterbacks were going to get picked in the first round?
No, I bet that wide receivers would go. I bet 5 wide receivers would go in the first round.
I remember you saying 5, and I thought that was QBs, not wide receivers. Okay.
Yeah. So 5. I think this guy from this is Xavier Worthy from Texas. He's faster than Grease Lightning. He's 4.21, man.
These kids can
Texas
fly.
Guy, and I think that the Brian Thomas from LSU. I think he goes to the Brian Thomas from LSU. I think he goes to the Steelers.
Yeah, I think he goes to the Steelers too. I mean,
okay.
The Steelers.
Yeah, I guess we could talk. We could talk mock draft here since you want to. I don't know how far I can go. Depends on how tired I get, dude.
go get you a big tall glass of whatever.
Well, I got to work tomorrow, brother. But you're going to come on tomorrow, right? We'll talk the NBA playoffs.
We'll
talk the playoffs tomorrow. The 76ers are up by 7 points for the record. And I did bet $1 on them to win by 6. And I have $1 bet on 5 wide receivers going in the first round. And I did lose a bet of Malik Neighbors going number 5. Jim Harbaugh, you mother bleeper. Man.
You got to protect that asset, bro. I told you. I said it. You can't have your number 1 guy being all beat up, bro. You need a bully buster to bust up on the bullies, man.
Yeah. So my man here, he says Ari from Monroe from 33rd team. He says the Jets now have Tyron Smith, John Simpson, Joe Tipperton, Elijah Very Tucker, Morgan Moses. They got him from Baltimore. And now they've got Olu Fashanu. Congratulations, Joe Douglas. I totally endorse that.
Yeah.
One more year for Robert Saleh. One more year for Joe Douglas. If it's on me, Mr. Woody Johnson, if you're listening.
Yeah. Finally listen to the Mad New Yorker, with as much as I got, as much as I said.
Denver's on the board. Okay. So you think they're going to go Bo Nix? I'll go out on the limb and say they're going to go Bo Nix, and that'll be 6 quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, Bo Nix would be the oldest guy on that team if they did pick him. He'd be the kid.
I think he is older than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he's older than Zach.
And Stidham, I don't know. Him and Stidham may be the same age. I think quarterback alert. Hold on. Hold it.
Somebody traded.
The Denver Broncos have selected Bo Nix at number 12.
Look at that.
Quarterback for Sean Payton. There you go. That's 6 quarterbacks, man.
Woo!
You know something, Titans fans? Should the Titans trade back in the first round? Because that talent's getting pushed down.
I know.
Then again, they're picking 7th in the second round. Maybe they should hold it. I don't know.
Well, they could get two number 1 rated prospects.
These defensive guys keep getting pushed down, man.
Oh man, this second round, there's gonna be some trades, bro. Because
this is wild, dude.
Quarterbacks, edges, the top.
Yeah, Dallas Turner's still out there. The Tutupo guy's still out there.
They still got Kool-Aid and got all these guys.
Oh yeah, Kool-Aid McKenzie from another guy I wouldn't touch. Don't touch any of those corners from Alabama. I love Nick Saban, but
Yeah.
they just don't show up in the NFL, man.
They got Rakestraw. They got a lot of guys out there, man.
Yeah, dude.
Fuaga, Mims.
Yeah, Mims is out there from I think Georgia.
Georgia.
So 13, the Raiders are on. Now I got to go to my mock drafts here and see what I put down for the Raiders at 13.
So the Raiders, they're probably
This is going a lot quicker than I thought it would.
They don't get Bowers. You can't. If you're the Raiders, you can't.
You know, Waller is no longer on the team, and Aiden O'Connell is pretty mediocre at best.
So you
quarterback. I would probably take Bowers, if not take one of those linemen. But I think they want a good run blocker there. But I had them taking this JC guy and moving him to right tackle. You're probably right. I think they'll go Brock Bowers.
Either you go Brock Bowers, you make the offensive, projection. You take one of the top rated offensive players, or you take Brian Murphy,
the defensive tackle. Now they've already signed a guy, Christian Wilkins.
Yeah, but
from Miami.
You can't.
I don't think they're going to do that.
You ain't going. You can't have enough defense, man.
Okay, yeah, I had them taking the right tackle. So, they need help at corner. They could potentially take this guy from. They could potentially. They could potentially take Toledo's Quentin Mitchell.
Oh yeah, they could still get Mitchell. That's right.
They could still get Quentin Mitchell. Yeah, all these defensive guys are there. Right. They've got a defensive-minded head coach, folks.
Yeah, they could take any pick they want on defense. It doesn't matter. You can go from linebacker. I mean, you can go anywhere if you're the Raiders and you get the top-rated defensive players because they're all
right. Yeah, I mean, no defensive players have been selected at this point.
Oh man,
6 quarterbacks. That's wow, man.
And but
it's
again,
gotta be a record.
Again, the Raiders still need a quarterback.
The Raiders. Would you trade Kirk Cousins to the Raiders?
Nah,
for a second round pick. Cousins would be mad about that, wouldn't
he? You can't trade him. He's got guaranteed money.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. I think Cousins may retire. He's made enough money to retire.
You know what you could do though, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you could trade Dak Prescott.
Yes. We talked about that the other day.
Yeah. Or
I would trade,
Or the Raiders want defense, Micah Parsons.
Yeah. Well, who they going to draft though? I can't believe Bo Nix went 12, man. Penix threw everything off.
This is crazy.
I tell you what, these teams, a lot of this stuff normally gets out, but they did a good job keeping this. All organizations, Denver, not Minnesota. Who was the other one? Atlanta. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody.
No, man.
Especially when you had a guy for 4 years in a contract.
Hit your guy up. Who's number 12? Who's number
13? It hasn't came up yet. They're on the clock. I'm watching, dude. I'm watching.
A lot of Bronco fans are upset that Bo Nix got
Bo Nix, man. Wow. Well, now you got Zach Wilson, you got Bo Nix, and Jarrett Stidham. You have 3 quarterbacks. That means you really got none, though. They say that about the running back position, right?
Back in the day, like in the 70s and 80s, there was a lot of teams that carried like 3 quarterbacks, and all 3 of them was good.
Who gets cut, man? Stidham?
Maybe Wilson, man.
They have changed the rules so you can keep a 3rd quarterback because of the issue that happened with Brock Purdy a couple years ago in Philadelphia, where they didn't have anybody that could come up because already got he had already got hurt there. Our guy, and I forgot where he got picked up at. Where did the former 49ers quarterback end up going? Or is he with anybody?
He is a backup. Where did I see him back up? I think he's a backup, and I can't remember.
Well, was it with Denver?
No, it's not Denver. I saw him back.
And it's not with Vegas anymore, you know. So
I saw him on a team.
Last I heard of him, he was in one of those cat houses in Las Vegas. I actually forgot his name, man.
Rippin?
No. The guy was in the Super Bowl a few years ago against Kansas City the first time.
I don't remember.
The Patriots traded him.
Are you talking about Garoppolo?
Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, where's Garoppolo at, man?
Garoppolo.
Uh-oh. Okay. Yep, good call, Allstate. Good call. But first we got to do this. The pick just came in, so
I'm kind of jealous that you get to see that. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of envious, bro.
The Raiders take the best player available, Brock Bowers.
There we go.
The former, I'm sure he's thinking, man, I went from championship team to the Raiders, and I got Aiden O'Connell. Brock Bowers, the former Georgia Bulldog, is now a Las Vegas Raider.
The Raiders.
That's a pretty good pick at 13, though.
It is a great pick. And look,
I thought he would probably drop to Jacksonville, but I was pretty close.
It goes to show you how Antonio Pierce is not about himself.
No.
He's about the team. Because he could have picked any guy.
He could have went defense, yeah.
Right? And I'm sure that he doesn't have the pick himself, but I'm sure that he's with the GM and they're both talking, right?
Right.
You know, at this point, and they're both talking and saying, and everybody's like saying, well, now that doesn't mean that they're not going to pick more people up on defense on the later picks, you know?
Yeah.
They did a good. That's a good pick. Robert, we called it, right?
Yeah. Now, New Orleans has also got a defensive-minded head coach. What's his name? Dennis Allen. But they also need offensive line. Yeah, I think this Funga guy goes here, but let me go back and look at my mock draft here.
See how many O linemen are left.
Yeah, it's quite a few, man. I have them taking this Mims guy from Georgia.
Mims?
Amarius Mims.
Yeah, Mims.
Tackle from Georgia. So we'll see. I mean,
Fuaga.
Yeah, that either him or the guy from Washington. I think it's going to be the Oregon State guy.
If you take look, I know a lot of teams are looking to protect the quarterback. You might get a trade here. You could possibly get a trade here.
What quarterback?
They're
all done.
They don't want.
Yeah, the Raiders have Michael Mayer from Notre Dame. They drafted last year. Now they got Brock. Well, I tell you, Brock Bowers. So this opens up the middle of the field. This is good for young Aiden O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could just keep Aiden O'Connell, run the ball, and play defense. Throw the ball short. You got Brock Bowers, big time, man. I mean, he kind of reminds me of Jeremy Shockey. You haven't heard that name in a while, have you?
I think he's more.
He's a little bigger.
I think he's more of what's this guy named from Dallas?
Witten.
I think he's more like a Witten than he is a Shockey. Shockey hit people.
Witten's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think Witten is more cerebral. I don't see Bowers as a Shockey. I'm going to punch you in the face, give me the ball. I'm going to get the first down, even if I have to run it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, now they need a burner.
Do you think the Saints are going to pick?
I think they're going to go offensive line, Fuga or Mims from Georgia. Those are my two guesses.
Oh, if I'm the Eagles, I could possibly trade down
Well, the Eagles,
because
where are the
they
Eagles at here?
they need defense, and all these guys are all these.
Oh, you
teams,
mean they could trade up?
no, trade down.
Well, they need cornerback help.
Yeah, but you see all the defenses fall into the second round, Robert.
Well, the Eagles are one of the most trading teams ever. I read that today. So yeah, they could if you got a suitor.
The Bengals are looking to protect Joe Burrow.
Well, they may be looking for a right tackle, but they also need a defensive tackle. Trey Henderson, their defensive end, he's talking about wanting to be traded.
It don't matter. You got to protect your like same thing I said about the Chargers. You have other needs, but you can't have your number one guy getting beat up.
Yeah.
I feel like the Bengals can make a move here to move up. And if
they never do that though. This guy never takes any chances. I talked about that on the program yesterday. I'm starting to believe maybe that Burrow should play this contract out and try to just get out of Cincinnati, man.
He should have gone out of Cincinnati when he had the chance.
He should have never signed the extension. Now that I think about it,
I've told you, right? I sat here and said that it's not that he's not deserving of that money; is that they don't. How are they going to win a championship if they can't protect him?
Yeah, and
it takes money to protect them. You can't be a middle. One of these.
Well, they lost their right tackle in free agency. They've got a good left tackle, Orlando Brown.
I mean,
but now their defensive ends wanting to leave, and they lost DJ Reader. Mm-hmm. Now they don't pick until 18.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
They might get Brian Murphy, or they may get this Zaire Jean guy from Illinois, who a lot of scouts thinks the best defensive tackle in the draft, the Illinois guy. So now we're at 14 with the Saints. I'm still saying offensive line. I'm going with Mims or Fuga from Oregon State. And that move has not been made yet.
Wow.
But I have my little ticker on standby to do. I love that noise right there, man. That gets me gassed up. Now, are you more excited about the draft or opening day in the NFL?
I think the draft, because what happens is there's a little dry period at the combine.
Yeah.
Between the end of the Super Bowl, you get
the draft because it signifies hope.
Because you see the teams building depth, and you know that the top rated guys are going to be usually on the field because they're top rated guys. Their contract states that they need to be on the field. So, and then you see the future in the present. So, and then you see them, and then they go through, they go through camps and everything. You're like, what? Get that guy off the team. Then you start, making your opinions. You start formulating opinions, and you start like getting all, unexcited that these guys that just got picked number one are being, knuckleheads. You're like, come on, man. Like when the Titans drafted that O-line guy, and he's like, partying up.
Yeah, they drafted a guy from Georgia a few years ago.
Yeah, when he was partying out on some in Florida and some.
He played like 7 or 8 snaps. I mean, he was one of the biggest. But Isaiah something.
And it's like you don't even know his name because you want to forget it.
He was terrible. Oh my God, that was one of the guys that probably got John Robertson fired. Between that and the AJ Brown.
Oh, between
a couple shockers tonight though. AJ Brown. $60 million plus extension, 3 years. And you got Devontae Smith.
Right.
They're going to run out of money. Plus, Jalen Hurts, he just got extended last year. I don't know when his money kicks in. Okay. All right. Let me go back to the thing. We got some action here with New Orleans.
Who the New Orleans take?
As I said that I would do, the New Orleans Saints are taking Oregon State Talise Fungi, offensive tackle from Oregon State. I just said, yeah. Old boy Robert Butler's pretty good.
But
I wish the Titans would have took him instead of the Alabama guy, but no offense.
Yeah. But the Bengals were pretty hot on them too. So the Bengals at 18 are going to be struggling on who to pick because if I'm the Eagles, man, you better be making a few calls and trade down so you can get some depth. Just because you can. Yeah. You have a great team and roster, you know. You got to build the
that's
defense,
true.
You know?
Yeah, part of, I mean, a lot of this is going as I expected it to, but I just didn't think it was going to be this many quarterbacks.
Wow, man. Wow. This
really helps teams like that need defensive players that towards the bottom of the draft, you know.
But Robert, man,
the Rams are sitting in good. They're in good standing right now. They're picking at 19. Man. They need a defensive tackle. You know, Aaron Donald retired.
Yeah, and look, I'm not for nothing, but right now the Jets and the Raiders are good. Like they've made some of the best decisions.
Yeah. So far, man.
And then Chicago, man, they got nothing but talent now. They have no.
Chicago's really loaded, man. This is the best receiving core they've probably had in the history of the organization. I don't think that's saying too much. I mean, well, you got 2 Pro Bowl guys.
Yeah.
And then you got a guy that is supposed to be just an absolute closest thing to a lock in years.
Yo, okay, so Fuaga was slated to go in the late first round, top to second round. This guy just made some money. He just boosted his contract money.
He's in really good shape, man. When you see this guy, you're gonna be like, this dude. He's a lightweight looking. He's like a fit offensively. He kind of reminds me. I'm just looking at his picture here. You know, he kind of reminds me of Orlando Pace a little bit. Pace was fit for an offensive lineman. Now, he was the number 1 overall pick.
He looks more like Anthony Munoz to me.
Munoz, yeah. Munoz was a Hall of Famer, too, who played for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Not his son, not Junior.
No. I think his son played for Tennessee.
His son did play for Tennessee. He had really bad knee problems. Didn't get a chance in the NFL, but you know.
Yeah, I think he had a tragedy. He got killed in a car wreck, if I'm not mistaken. His dad was a Hall of Famer, though.
Yeah.
And tough. Have you seen his dad's fingers? He was on TV. They look like sideways and stuff. He's crazy, man. Michael Munoz. Yeah, this guy's a very. I wouldn't have mind Tennessee had taken him at 7, but so now we're at 15.
Oh, imagine that. Tennessee could have moved down.
Okay, so the Colts, I still think that they're going to get this Quentin Mitchell, cornerback out of Toledo.
You think
that's my prediction?
I think they might go with with Murphy, Brian Murphy.
To put him beside DeForest Buckner, defensive tackle.
The Colts always do a good job picking up second and third rounders, man.
They got thrown on like nobody's business last year. You know, this guy Quentin Mitchell from Toledo, he reminds me of the Titans acquisition there, L'Jarius Sneed. But that's just my opinion.
Well, they're about to pick, so
yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on it, Chief.
All right, man. I wish I had ears to the ground.
I got a dude that's at the freaking draft, man. Yeah, we're updating it as we now. Of course, let me see. I mean, 6 minutes in, we still got a few more minutes here. There may be a trade at 15.
Yeah, I'm telling you, some of these guys, they know that these teams are looking.
Those 2 edge rushers are still there, Latupo and Dallas Turner from Alabama.
That's right.
I'm going with the UCLA guy if it's me. But again, that cornerback is what they really need. That 15. See, that's what it. I just wish those guys would have all went like 1 through 6, and then Tennessee would have had the first non-quarterback. I just hope they didn't strike out with J.C. Latham, man.
I'm sorry, but if I'm Cincinnati, I'm trying to get up there, man. I'm trying to get mine.
Yeah, they never like to do it though. That old man does not like to take. Well, if you're Cincinnati, you're sitting there at 18. Now you're at 15. You hope they take that corner. They want Murphy. By the way, Murphy got a DUI a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's why he's dropping?
Yeah, and that's why I think that this Zarn guy from Jerzon Newton from Illinois, defensive tackle, I think he's going to go in the first round. Yeah, Brock Bowers. Too bad he ain't got nobody throwing to him. Jim Harbaugh. Man, I think I'm going to hold a grudge against Harbaugh taking Joe Alt like that, man.
No, don't do that. They're gonna be. That's
why I think they can win that division, man.
Not yet. They're about 2 seasons.
I mean, I know Kansas City's gonna be good.
They're about
and
2
the Raiders
seasons.
They're
the problem with that is Herbert. You got to keep him. You got to keep him healthy.
Well, they just got a really good player. That should be a Titan. Man.
They paid her.
Okay, hold on.
There's a trade.
I told you I like that. This whatchamacallit guy.
Okay.
All right, the Colts did not go with the cornerback, folks. The Colts are taking UCLA pass rusher Latutu from UCLA. Like I said, this guy is a massive pass rusher.
It's from your ears to the draft floor right there.
Man.
Latutu.
I mean, dude, if I could show you this picture, this dude is quick as a cat, man.
I've been looking at all these guys.
Dude, he's like Dwight Freeney. He's very thin for a pass rusher because he's quick,
Yeah, I like that pick for Indianapolis, man. I like it.
Yeah, that was a good pick, man. I thought they was gonna go corner, which means it pushes that cornerback down. Oh. But he went over Dallas Turner, so I was right. Mel Kiper was wrong, baby. IND. Of course, I think this thing is going to run out.
What, your laptop?
I'm going to run out of whatchamacallits to put on here. IND, take LATU. Oh, LAIA. Boy, that's a wild name, ain't it? LAIA. TU. LATU.
Wow, they had some people picking him for between 20.
I just put him at defensive end.
30. One of these mock drafts I looked at.
I had him going to Atlanta.
You had Latutu?
Yeah, if you watch some of his highlight, double-digit sacks the last 2 years.
I have him here on my draft, and hold on, I gotta go up the list because I had him at like the Lions or the Chiefs. I had Latutu.
The Lions would love that.
Yeah,
the Lions need help at corner. Now we're at 16. Let me look and see who's at 16. Okay, Seattle. In my mock draft, I have them taking Troy Fantu from Washington, guard tackle.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What about you?
Fatunua?
For Seattle.
Yeah,
on the clock.
Troy Fatunua.
Troy Fatunua also?
Yep.
Yeah. He played for Washington Huskies.
Yep.
It's right there in there. We've got a comment here. Pags just got hit on the draft Eagles.
Hit like in the face or like FaceTime on the camera.
Yeah. He gets hit on the camera all the time, Pickles.
Yeah, especially
Pickles, you listen to us. You're listening to the guys that are ahead of the game here now. We are ahead of the game now. And the Eagles, they always make moves. I wouldn't be surprised. Eagles need corner. They may want to go after Quentin Mitchell. You know, James Bradbury and Darius Slay are long in the tooth.
Yeah, very long in the tooth.
They're both post 30, by the way.
We post 30.
Yeah, but I ain't trying to make the NFL, you know.
But you're
I'm not trying to play cornerback, man.
making the news, man.
And the 76ers are up by 12 with 5:50 to go. I do need them to win by 6 since I went on and took them. I didn't think the Knicks would sweep them. I like the Knicks, but that'd be something for us to get into tomorrow.
How about them? I'm biting my lip, man, because I'm
camera hit worldwide. Yeah, Pickles. I am recording it. I will be watching this at a later time. Carlos is talking me into going overtime here.
Is he watching? What are you watching? College Game Day or NFL?
He's probably watching it on the NFL Network.
Yeah, because College Game Day didn't hit on him yet.
Yeah, he's Pickles. I've seen him the last 2 years. I always see him at the draft.
Yeah.
He got it. He got his picture taken with the guy from the Eagles' first round pick last year. The big guy from Georgia.
Yeah. That's right.
Jalen Carter.
That's right.
He's like, come here, man. Let's get a picture. He's like, huh? Fly, Eagles, fly.
Now look,
I'll probably try to bring him on in the next few weeks.
Not for nothing, but good for him in Philadelphia. Like they're playing some good baseball right now. So
on the road to victory,
they'd be all right. They just can enjoy the sports while it's good for them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you hit rock bottom, man, it's hard.
16. Let's see what Seattle's doing here. Seattle has not picked yet. Boy, Titans going to have some at least they got that offensive line. I hope they got that offensive line sized up.
Man, Miss Latu looks pretty young for her age.
Yeah. Look how thin you could tell he's a speedster, you know? Mm. Yep. If you ask me, go with defensive back or defensive lineman, I always go with defensive back. Same thing for, let's see what Pickles said there. ESPN, yeah, I figured that. ESPN's good, man. They're good at doing this. And you're right, Game Day was there. So we're 4 minutes. That was 6 minutes ago that the Colts picked.
Yeah, so it's time for the
mm-hmm. Let me see. S-E-A.
Who's next? The Jags? No.
Yeah. Seattle's still on there. And Jags will be at 17. I'll tell you right now, just not to get too far ahead, I think the Jags will take Brian Thomas, LSU wide receiver, at 17. And I'm like you. We both picked was it Fuga or whatever?
Yeah.
For guard tackle from Washington. Now the pick hasn't came in. My man hasn't put it out yet.
I got it.
Hope he ain't getting lazy on me. He's been on point though, so far.
I had a Xavier Worthy going.
Yeah, he can run like the wind blows too. Well, he's the fastest guy out there. 4.21, dude.
Woof.
Man, that's faster than Chris Johnson at the combine. I forgot where. I think I had him going. I have to go back and see. I did have him going in the first round. Oh, I had him going to Buffalo at 28.
Buffalo.
Yeah. People took the chance on the guy who got hurt. Like I said, the NFL is about production, man. If you balling out in the last 2 years, we're going to take you, man. If you can pass this physical.
The Seahawks they're at 16?
Yeah.
So they
changed.
They traded it. So the Eagles did trade a pick.
Okay, Seahawks are still at 16. No, the Eagles don't pick until later. Like at 21, I think the Eagles pick at.
Was there a switch or something?
Let me see. Hold on. Now you got me thinking about it. I have to go back up here to the top and see where the Eagles are picking. The Eagles are 22, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. It's going to be close. We're almost there, dude. Okay. They went a little different direction. The Eagles have made their pick. The Eagles select Byron Murphy, another defensive tackle from Texas. I knew he was good, but man, he got that DWI.
Yeah, I thought
over that.
I had Indianapolis picking him.
Wow.
So
I thought this other guy would go farther. He's in great shape, but I guess they're okay with the DUI, man. Hardly ever caught sober. Harbaugh got the best pick in the draft. Yeah, I know, Pickles. I'm still annoyed by that. I was hoping Alt would have been a Titan, but it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Byron Murphy. So you've got Zarn is still on the board for Illinois. You still got those cornerbacks, Quentin Mitchell on the board. Now 17, did I say this is Jacksonville, right?
Jacksonville.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I've got I have to Brian Thomas goes to 17 now since Brock Bowers is already off the board.
You don't
this
think
guy's probably a better receiver than Worthy? Xavier Worthy's just a better burner.
You don't think they'll get Kenyon Mitchell?
Well, they do need help at corner.
Well, of course they do, my man.
You know, he is there. They get thrown on like nobody's business. They could go Keon Mitchell. They fired their defensive coordinator. They brought in another defensive coordinator because they couldn't stop a nosebleed at times last year.
Yeah, they couldn't keep a 7-point lead for nothing.
Busted balloon for the Titans. Yeah, could be.
They traded down after that situation.
Yeah, I know.
The Jets.
Well, I mean, Latham may be good. I mean, I know he's one of the top run blockers, but left tackle's supposed to be for the pass block, you know. Now you got a new coaching staff in here, and you do have one of the best offensive line coaches in Bill Callahan in the National Football League. You know? Do. Let's see what we got here.
Nice pick right there.
I know. Well, nothing's came in yet. But I think they'll probably go the offensive-minded head coach. They lost Calvin Ridley to Tennessee in free agency. I think they go Brian Thomas. I would go Quentin Mitchell. I would, because I know Quentin Mitchell is a top-notch corner. He can defend the run. He's a good open field tackler, and he can cover. He's a lot like L'Jarius Sneed. That's where I would go. I would go Quentin Mitchell. But my sense is they're going to put Christian Kirk with Brian Thomas, the LSU wide receiver. But, I mean, nothing's came in yet. Are you still watching it on TV yet?
Yeah, I have it on TV. I have looked.
Is Byron Murphy came out yet?
For who?
For Seattle, man.
No.
Man, look how far we are ahead of the game.
Now he's about to get. Yeah, here we go. The pick is there. You go.
Ballet think he in the game and must be winning. So, how many receivers have went off the board? Just 3 so far. The 3 big ones we expect. So, my bet was 2 or 5. Excuse me. We need 2 more. But we're only at 17. Trey.
This ain't Texas.
The Jaguars are trading down. The Vikings are coming up. from 23. The Vikings need help at corner. I wonder if they're going to take Quentin Mitchell. The Vikings will take Quentin Mitchell, I guess. I'm just going to go out on a limb. They need help at corner like nobody's business.
And they'd be the ones winning the draft. Nah.
But they got Justin Jefferson. They're not going to go receiver.
Nah. They would go defense.
They're not going to go running back.
I had them picking Chot Robinson in that position.
Well, the other defensive tackles out there as well. And Dallas Turner's still out there as an edge rusher. They lost, they lost, what's his name? Danielle Hunter to the Houston Texans.
That's right.
They could go edge rusher here and take Dallas Turner from Alabama.
If they go,
that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say they're gonna take Dallas Turner. Remember Dallas Turner?
I thought you said you didn't want
to go 8 to Atlanta.
That's true, and they still got Verse they could pick up if they wanted somebody different.
I got a feeling they're gonna go with teams like to go edge rusher. Yeah. These guys
are gonna pick up.
So the Vikings are at 17. The Vikings select. Hold on. We got a pick made.
They still talking about me over here.
Vikings select Dallas Turner, edge rusher from Alabama at 17.
You just said it.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you kicking it with the best, man. You didn't realize you kicking it with the best, did you? No, I'm just kidding.
My man ain't top liver, bro.
TURNERDEAL. Okay, so now we're at 18. Humming along pretty well here if I can make it.
And that's Cincinnati.
Let's see what Pickles is saying here. Jags traded it. Yep, I know Pickles. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of TV, Pickles. Do. I'm larger than Steven Seagal.
So who did the Bengals pick up then?
The Bengals are on the clock, right?
Yeah, they got to pick up
number. See, let me look and see what my screen says there.
They're going to pick up Mims?
15, 16.
They could pick up Mims. They could
pick up Minnesota's get tighter. Yeah. I think they're going to pick up. I think they'll pick up this Jarzon guy, defensive tackle from Illinois.
Newton?
Maybe Mims from Georgia at right tackle. Possibly.
Graham Barton.
So the Jaguars get the 23rd pick. They get the 167 and a 2025 third and fourth. Wow, Jags got a good pickup there from Minnesota.
They really wanted this guy, no?
Wow. Won't Tennessee make a move like that? Man.
They could have got the house, man.
Man.
I would have given the keys of mine.
I tell you, it was all about Michael Penix going early like that. That really threw things off.
You don't think they had enough phones ringing?
If he would have went at 4, things would have went crazy. Tennessee could have been able to trade down.
So who the Bengals picking, man?
Yeah, like I said, I think they'll take Jarzon Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois, or they'll take Amarius Mims from Georgia, or they may take this guy Guyton from Oklahoma. Oklahoma's got good. They've had good tackles here lately.
Yeah, I saw that the Dallas is looking at him.
But my pick is my pick is the defensive tackle. Who's your pick? The Mims?
Yeah, I think Mims. You need help.
All
you
right.
need help Joe Burrow as much as possible, man.
I mean, I like Burrow too. You just got to go where the value is, though. And it may be there. I mean, they need to trade, T. Higgins,
Well, he has to be traded.
Well, I mean, they've got him on a 1-year deal now with, they got him on the franchise tag. Yeah, I would trade him. Yeah, Jacksonville, man.
Her son, this woman don't look like she had a child.
Titans need some moves. Send X-Lax, what Pickle says. Well, they don't have a third. They have this also helps the teams that are drafting at the top of the second round, too.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Titans are like 39th or something like that. The Giants still have their second round pick. Okay, so that'll be tomorrow. Second round's a big pick. All righty then. Looks like we just got another pick here. It looks like you're right here. The Bengals are selecting offensive tackle from Georgia, Amarius Mims, with the 18th pick.
Georgia.
Yeah, Jonah Williams. I don't know what happened to him, but they let him walk in free agency. Amarius Mims.
You ever see that KMP
That?
draft? The KMP football draft?
No.
The Pro Bowl? Amarius Mims. Yo, they tripping, man. Those guys are tripping back in the day.
Yeah, I remember them.
You should see the football. The football.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, you should watch that on YouTube.
Hey,
Darius. Yo, this guy's crazy. I was like, this.
Number 18, Amarius Mims, Cincinnati. OT. Dun. You got to protect Burrow. It's all about Burrow.
He's like, Thomas Jefferson the fourth.
I was just for sure with losing Reader like that, but man, I can't believe whatchamacallit took Murphy like that. And so now where we at? 19?
Yep.
The Rams?
The Rams.
Yeah. Now I've got them taking Chop Robertson.
Chop
liver Robertson.
Chop liver? No, man, this kid is pretty.
Nah, well, I mean, what a name for an edge rusher, because they're to chop you down. Let's see what's happening in the basketball game while we're waiting. 41 seconds, Philly by 10. You need to hang on there, Philly. Need to hang on there. I had you -6. They got to win by 6. We need some wide receivers now. We need 2 more for me to get that win.
I don't know if you're going to get them, man.
Man, the Giants got Malik Neighbors. All you got to do is just throw it up to them, man. They just run up underneath and get that thing.
Maybe you should throw for them since they can't find nobody else that can. Maybe Cutlets makes a return.
Commercial slow to draw.
I know.
Pickles. That's why you got to listen to Sports Scope, man. We got the inside here.
Come on, when is Kool-Aid gonna come out? Scope.
Kool-Aid. Well, Terry and Arnold, the other corner. Oh, and like I said, this other guy. The Rams might go with corner. They very well may go with corner.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Or they'll go with this Jar Newton guy. Yeah, they need to replace the Rams need to replace Aaron Donald. Jarzon Newton is who I'm thinking at 19. Or Chop Robertson. I didn't think Newton would be on the board. They have a bigger need for a tackle. Defensive tackle. So
you don't think Verse?
Oh, I forgot about Verse. Yeah, he's from Florida State. I I'd rather get pressure over the middle than on the edges. Verse was supposed to go much higher. Yeah, he's a bargain too. I forgot about Verse.
It'd be a Chop, Verse, or Newton.
Darjon Newton.
Let's see which of the three they pick up. I watched them go sideways.
I think they're going defense. They always seem to go offense, but I mean they've got 2 receivers. They got running back. Their line seems to be okay. Their offensive line.
Isn't Keon Mitchell still on the board?
Yeah, they could go with cornerback there.
Keon has fallen so far.
But I do think that they're going to go with one of those defensive linemen, Chop, Verse, or there's a guy out of Florida State that's going to be a good wide receiver too. That will probably go early in the second. I forgot his name. Oh, and plus the Florida State quarterback, Travis. Now he's not going to go he'd probably go in the second or third round. Jordan Travis.
Yeah, third. And then Spencer Rattler going to fourth.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler. The Notre Dame guy will probably slide.
Hartman.
Yeah, Sam Hartman.
Who the Bengals pick up?
Mims.
That's right.
Yeah, it's on the screen, Chief.
Oh, you did put it on
the game.
All I saw was Turner, but you did put
it. I think he in the game and must be winning. About to go get me some snacks, man.
I told you to go get you some water, bro.
Well, I've got my water here. I wonder if they can put me off the screen. You think you can carry it?
I ain't got the insider information though.
Yeah, that's true. You ain't got that. I'll tell you what. I'll break if you can keep it going.
Yeah, I'll keep it going
after the next pick.
After the next pick.
Yeah, we'll wait till the Rams pick at 19. I'll take a quick restroom break and just
give me that easy. You gonna slide me over the easy pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, well, you
know it's Guyton.
I'll be back before the next pick. You just need to talk about the pick, or if not, I can go to a commercial break. I could put the commercial break on loop. Whichever one you want to do, man.
Yeah, do the commercial break. Maybe maybe you get some feedback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never know.
See. I'll go to the loop. I'll loop the commercial, and it'll play over and over again.
You just do it once. It's 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
It's the fastest 2 minutes. You know, the fastest 2 minutes in New York is the shuttle from Grand Central to Times Square.
Grand Central to Times Square. Really?
There's a shuttle. You ever use it?
No, that's only 12 streets, though.
Yeah, that's why it's a quick little ride. There's a subway called the S.
What train is it?
The S train, the shuttle.
That's got to be new.
No, it's not new.
I don't remember that when I was there.
Yeah. It's from Grand Central to Times Square.
Let's see.
It's a nice little shuttle if you like trying to avoid walking a few blocks.
Let's see. Byron, Cincinnati.
A lot of people.
I'm curious to see what the Rams are going to do.
Nothing.
19. Let's see. I'm still on here with the Bengals at 18 here. Yeah, I'll have to take a quick restroom break.
Might as well take advantage.
Do. Yeah, man. Yeah, I tell you, it's a shocking draft. I didn't really expect. A lot of times you see a lot of stuff like this with quarterbacks, and it never happens. You know,
amazing. Bo Nix got drafted in the first.
Bo Nix of all. I mean, at one point, who would have thought?
We mentioned Penix.
Yeah. I really thought Penix would go.
But Bo Nix. I mean,
Penix jumped McCarthy. I thought McKinnon. He was better than Bo Nix and McCarthy, didn't you?
Yeah, but I think that's maybe Bo Nix's fault. He stayed in school a little bit too long. However, you know,
his stock was nothing when he was at Auburn. He's an undrafted free agent if he stays at Auburn. He's that.
That's true.
Well, yeah, undrafted free agent means undrafted free agent. Nobody picked you up. But, he goes
Yo,
to Oregon.
Amarius Mims takes up a quarter of that couch, bro.
Yeah, he's big, man.
He's a big dude, man. This is why
Yeah.
I dislike the Giants. They could have picked up so many more players.
Yeah, you just hated the teams like Tennessee didn't get an opportunity. Okay, the Rams pick is in. Let me go ahead and do this. Pickles, I'm ahead of everybody. Keep it. Yeah, good call, man. The Rams are drafting Florida State's defensive end, Jared Verse.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's a good pick for them, though.
LAR. Yeah. I mean, he was supposed to go sooner than this, according to the lot of the whatchamacallits here.
Well, between Chop and Verse, there was a lot of,
Sure, I could take myself off and you can go over some things. If not, I'll go to a commercial break.
No, hit the commercial break, man.
All right.
I'm going to get a drink of water, then you.
Hello, Sports Scope followers. The program has seen tremendous growth since going 5 days a week. I just wanted to thank everybody for your cash contributions and sharing the program with friends and families. Just a reminder, if you want to contribute to the program, go to the Cash App, the cash sign, and Sports Scope. There are other ways to contribute to the program listed at the bottom of the screen. If you want to advertise on the program, go to sports, that is sports with an S, another S, scope, SKOPE, at gmail.com, just like it's listed at the bottom of the screen. Thank you and enjoy the program. Hello, Sports Scope followers. The program has seen tremendous growth since going 5 days a week. I just wanted to thank everybody for your cash contributions and sharing the program with friends and families. Just a reminder, if you want to contribute to the program, go to the Cash App, the cash sign, and Sports Scope. There are other ways to contribute to the program listed at the bottom of the screen. If you want to advertise on the program, go to sports, that is sports with an S, another S, scope, SKOPE, at gmail.com, just like it's listed at the bottom of the screen. Thank you and enjoy the program. Hello, Sports Scope followers. The program has seen tremendous growth since going 5 days a week. I just wanted to thank everybody for your cash contributions and sharing the program with friends and families. Just a reminder, if you want to contribute to the program, go to the Cash App, the cash sign, and Sports Scope. There are other ways to contribute to the program listed at the bottom of the screen. If you want to advertise. All right, folks, we're back here live. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Let's see,
So
Jared
the Rams have picked Jared Verse, defensive end.
Man, he's so quick.
Florida State. This draft is going by pretty quick, man.
Well, you got the head. You got the you being ahead 2 minutes helps.
Are they just now announcing it?
Yeah, they're showing the review. They're reviewing Versus film.
Okay. I don't know if I can do the whole draft, but I'm gonna try. Do as much as we can.
You want to call it earlier, man? That's up to you.
Well, I mean, we're pretty close now,
Do it.
Now we're at 20.
You can do it, Roberto.
Steelers. I think the Steelers have Brian Thomas, LSU wide receiver.
Oh, you got the receiver?
That's who I'm thinking. That's in my mock draft.
They mentioned this Guyton guy for the whole time. When they mention somebody, they usually stick with him.
Guyton, the tackle from Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. Wait, let me see.
Tyler Guyton.
Wait. Let me see something here.
Yeah, a lot of people like to go offensive line.
Because they usually go defense.
Yeah, but they, remember they got rid of Deontay Johnson. They traded him to Carolina. Then before that, they got rid of Chase Claypool. So you just got George Pickens out there, and you've got a tight end and Freiermuth. You got a tight end and Freiermuth. So I'm trying to update this thing and see where we're at here.
Man, they had Jared Verse, man. Watching his film.
Yeah, he's good, man. I'm surprised he didn't go sooner, honestly.
Crazy.
It's a game about speed now,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, remember Florida State went undefeated in the regular season. I mean, they got destroyed in their bowl game. I think they played, Georgia?
Yeah. That was not a good place for them.
But they've got this running back. I think his name is Benson. He is the highest graded running back.
Yeah.
In the he's the highest graded running back in this draft, according to most scouts.
Yeah, he probably won't even get drafted today.
He's another guy. No, he won't get drafted in the first round. He might get drafted late in the second round. Yes, I was right about that. Took Fashanu. Yeah, Funga, Oregon State. Indy with the speedy pass rusher. Defensive guys starting to come off. Dallas Turner, Mims, and Verse. Speed kills. Okay, the Steelers have made a pick, folks. They have made a pick. All right, the Steelers pick offensive tackle guard Troy Fantanu from Washington. They went with the line. Okay, I'll say this. Teams are getting smart now, They're starting to go with what they're going with the line.
But what I've been saying for the last 2 years.
Yeah. No, you wanted to go. You want to go wide receiver. You started listening to old Rob from Sportscope. You're like, something. Maybe he's on to something here. 20. TIT TROYFAN.
I forgot he was still on the board.
Yeah, I forgot about him. So
by the time they forgot about Dre.
They forgot about Dre.
Yeah, something to say, yo.
Okay, so let's count this. Let's count this tackles. The first tackle was Joe Alt. That's made me. This still annoys me. Then you got Latham from Tennessee. That's 2. Of course, Penix went there, and then Roma Dunze. The Bears got their guy. Got another quarterback. I'm watching the bottom of the screen. 3, Fashanu to the Jets at 11. You had Bowers, Nix. Funga is 4 from Oregon State there. That's 4. You had Murphy. Minnesota took Dallas. Turner. Mims, that's 5. Cincinnati. And then 6. 6 tackles. And 20 picks.
6
versus 6 quarterbacks.
Caleb Williams, Jam Daniels, Drake, Penix, JJ, And vote. Yeah, 6 and 6.
6 quarterbacks, 6 tackles. Get the quarterback, protect the quarterback. 3 wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
No running backs. No safeties. No linebackers. Some of these guys are edge guys can be considered linebackers, but there's no true linebackers that have been drafted yet. Okay. At 21, I'm trying to figure out who's got 21 now. I have to go back to my other mock. 21 through we're ahead of the game, ain't we, Pickles? We're ahead of the game. 21 Dolphins. I think I took a defensive lineman with the Dolphins, but let me look here. I had Verse, who's now off the.
Yo, Cameron Hayward's a huge dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's big. He makes the commissioner look like Danny DeVito.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see them.
So we got Dolphins.
Maybe John Newton.
I got him.
Defensive tackle from Illinois because they lost Christian Wilkins. By the way, they haven't re-signed Xavier Howard either at corner.
No, they're going to pick Newton.
They'll probably take this Newton guy, defensive tackle from Illinois. That's my guess.
Yeah, I got him on my board.
Oh, you got him at going to Dolphins?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know he's going to go much higher, but I didn't think Odunze was going to be there at 9.
Now, they could pick Chop, but...
let's see.
I think they like Newton more than Chop.
Possibly. Draft needs. Chris Greer mock draft 7th round. 2024. Trying to see if they 21st pick here. Inside. Yeah, they do. Yeah. They may take Chop Robertson. And there's a guy from Missouri. That is considered a pretty good edge rusher as well. I'm going to go with this Newton guy. That's my pick.
Yeah, Newton's a good pick. I'll agree with you. That's on my block anyway.
Let's see what happened in the basketball game. Now Denver's playing. And LA's up by 7. 125, 114. That's a winner. Knicks are still up 2-1 though in the series.
Right.
And Magic won 121-83. I knew I should have took the Magic. Let's shoot better at home. No sweeps so far. Yeah. I think I'll hang out to about 25, man. Or 10 o'clock, I guess. I got to get to bed, dude. Which is 11 o'clock your time. Not unless they could speed these picks up.
What's your guys say? Did he take a commercial break too?
He's at the draft, man.
I
know a guy who knows a guy, you know?
I know a guy. I got a guy. Like I say, I got a guy for that.
I hope he ain't slipping.
Whoa.
I mean, we're right about it being a big-time tackle draft.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad because this league was hurting, man.
It was, right?
like every team had the backup start, right?
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't one team that had a starter go the whole year, the whole season.
I know. You need depth on the line, dude. Okay, the pick is in.
Let's go.
Let's see. Oops. Carlos, you've been on a roll here lately. The Dolphins are selecting Penn State's defensive end, Chop Robertson.
Okay.
Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop.
Chop style. Remember that song, Chop style. Let me throw your hands up. Like a hell.
That's funny. Dun, 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 dun,
It was between those two guys, so it wasn't. It was going to be between those two guys. I feel like
there were talks that they wanted Michael Penix at one time, possibly because you know that Tua has not signed an extension yet. They haven't got an extension offer for him. CHOPROINSON got the edge rusher, defensive end. PS.
So Newton's still on the board.
The Newton guy's still on the board. Yeah, he must not be that fast. Pro Football Focus let me down again. Yeah, so
who's next?
Let's see where we're at here, Captain. Let's see. Oh, here we go. The Philadelphia Eagles. Quentin Mitchell is my guy if I'm the Eagles, folks. Again, Darius Slay, 30-plus years old. Bradbury, 30-plus years old.
Oh, my God.
Did you watch their last game? They got smoked by Tampa.
Can you believe this guy's still on the board?
Quentin Mitchell would be my guy, man.
Yeah, of course, but he's the – so that means I haven't
been – best cornerback out there.
That's what I'm about to say.
No corner's been drafted yet.
No corner's been drafted yet.
Now, Cooper DeJean's very good, too.
Cooper DeJean.
But this guy can do it all. He's quicker than DeJean.
He's quicker than DeJean. Green Bay's got DeJean.
So Green Bay's looking and saying, we're going to get another Iowa guy to replace our Iowa guy.
Right.
Jar Alexander, he's getting on the nerves of staff there. He did you hear what he did? Jumped in front of the 50-yard line and basically hijacked the coin toss when he wasn't even one of the players captains picked to do it.
I remember that.
And he got, I think, what did they do? They suspended him or fined him or something for that. He got in some trouble for that. So he's been acting a fool since he signed a new contract. And they're not in love with him. Plus, they traded a player to the Buffalo Bills. They traded their other cornerback to Buffalo Bills. So this is a great pick here. That would be good for Green Bay coming up. Dallas is coming up at 24. But right now, Philadelphia, it's got to be Quentin Mitchell. Of course, you got Kool-Aid out there. You got Terry and Arnold or whatever.
No, I would go. He's a top rater. You go with the number one. You go with the.
I'm going with Quentin Mitchell.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing. If I can get to my guy and see. I wish that, like, as this thing goes on, the Dolphins have Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips recovering from significant season injury. Robertson should have a chance to get on the field early, according to what reports are saying. Yeah, Chop Robertson's a good pick. He's another quick guy, man. He's quick. These edge rushers are really light nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're long past Reggie White, Bruce Smith. These guys are wide and they were quick, but they were bigger. You know, they were thicker players. But there's so much speed involved now. You know,
they're just not watching Chop. They just called him.
Yeah, you like that. 4 minutes ahead. Had to do my Kirk Cousins impersonation. It's getting down there. We need some more receivers to fly off this thing, man. I still need 2 more to get my 5 in the first round bet.
Also, he was nicknamed Pork Chop as a baby due to.
Oh, was that where he got the chop? I thought it was because he chopped down, you know.
He was a big baby. He's a big dude. I mean,
pork chop.
14 pounds as a baby, bro.
That's a lot. That's huge, man.
14 pounds, bro.
Well, he's got enough money. He got that first round signing bonus. He can get some big time for it. Many pork chops as he wants.
And then he wasn't eating them. He just looked like a little baby pig.
Chop Robinson. There's some funny names for these players, man. Remember Ha Ha Clinton Dix?
Yeah, Ha Ha Dix. Yeah, man.
Ari Rambo.
That's what I'm saying. You need to watch that K and Pill special, man. That junk was hilarious.
Was that the guy who kept saying like the students in this class were all black names?
Yeah. No. Not, yeah, that's the same comedians, but they got one about football.
Yeah, he's pretty funny guy. Funny guy.
He's like Octavius, luxurious, mysterious.
Yeah.
Yo, these guys are killing it, man. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they fell into a good situation because, you know, there was no Dave Chappelle. So,
yeah. Chappelle was, man, when we were in college, that was the show, dude. I didn't miss any of the Rick James.
Rick James, give me the ball.
Yeah.
Pass me the rock. With Prince. Remember he played basketball?
Oh, yeah, Prince. Yeah.
In those high heel boots.
Shirts versus blouses.
Pass
like, you know, you didn't get out of that at the men's department.
Yo, man. Dave
yeah.
So they met. Kill and Peele met at on Mad TV. You remember Mad TV?
Yeah. That came on Fox, I think.
Yeah. We're on Mad TV. Remember that? That baby Stewie?
Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to compete with Saturday Night Live and in Living Color. How long did Mad TV came out after Living Color went off, right?
Right.
So they stopped.
Yeah, so they needed a skit, or they wanted another skit comedy show, and that's how Mad TV got picked up.
I like the Living Color better, even though Living Color didn't last that long.
No,
everybody got work after them. They got big star. I mean, you know, they started doing movies.
Well, because the Living Color,
man.
It was a Keenan Allen Wayans. Those are Wayans brothers, like.
And they did everything. Marlon, remember that movie Mo Money?
Mo Money. Damian Wayans.
Yeah. Had that good-looking chick for a girlfriend.
I saw he was on The Last Boy Scout too. You remember that movie? Yeah.
It was really good. A lot of people thought it was overrated, but I didn't. I thought it was funny.
It was funny, man. Bruce Willis.
Like,
man.
what would a so-and-so do? Just shoot everybody up and smoke some cigarettes, you know?
Different
like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. You remember that, don't you? Bruce Willis.
Yeah, remember Damian Wayne? He was what was that movie? Sergeant. He was drill sergeant.
Major Payne.
Major Payne, yeah.
Yeah. One tubby, two tubby.
Get that tooth.
That would be so politically incorrect to do that now.
I know. Like, can't that go to now?
You remember movie Heavyweights with Ben Stiller?
No, I've never seen
Where he took over a children's fat camp.
I saw parts of it.
And he had these little kids. Yeah. He bought out. He was a rich guy, fitness guy, and it was like camp for these kids to go to. Folks, I'm watching our thing, by the way. I'm not getting too far off. I'm not going Joe Rogan on you. But he was a rich fitness guru guy, Ben Stiller, and these kids went to this camp just to hang out and eat a bunch of sweets. They hid all their chocolate and candy everywhere. All of them were real chunky, you know, way overweight. And he had these kids hold up these signs that said before. He just all of a sudden comes in, the old owners sell out, he buys it, and he has all these kids hold up these signs at the beginning, and it was really funny. But
There he is.
Okay.
What's his name? The TV.
We have another pick here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I see what you Philly, the Philly sports guys on there.
Okay, who do you think they picked?
The cornerback. You had to go cornerback, and you got to go Kenyon with the first one that's available.
The Philadelphia Eagles are taking Toledo's cornerback Quinyon Mitchell.
Great, that's a great
pick. The 22nd pick, just like your boy Rob Butler from Sports Scope said here, and of course, you said you agreed.
Yeah, man, that's a good pick. You can't go around that. That's a big need for them. Both of those
big time need, right?
Yeah. So, man, how lucky are the Eagles for that player to fall?
They always have good players fall right to them, don't they?
Man, they've been so lucky.
Yeah, just like they got Jalen Carter last year.
They didn't have to sell a pick. They didn't have to move up, move out. Jeez.
This guy's good, man. He can play the pass and the run. They're just a loaded team, man. I don't like what they did today with A.J. Brown.
Look,
but other than that, they are cooking with gas, like my dad would say.
You imagine if Tennessee kept them, they'd have to pay him all that money?
Right. And you just never know when he's going to act out if he don't get the ball, man. You know? Now I got to know and see what's going to happen at 23.
No.
I don't know who's got 23 now. Jacksonville?
24. Aren't you on 24?
Ooh. Let's see where we're at here, Captain Kangaroo. 24 is... No, that 22 was Philly, right? We're at 23. And I think Jacksonville traded. Jacksonville traded with whatchamacallit there, right?
Minnesota? Who did they trade with? Hold on.
Yeah, Minnesota, yeah.
Minnesota has another pick?
Yeah, Minnesota at 17 traded up and took Dallas Turner from Alabama.
Right.
Okay, so now, so they have so Jacksonville's got this pick. It could be Terran Arnold from Alabama. They do need a corner. They probably need corner more than they need receiver, but Brian Thomas is still there from LSU, man. And they need to replace. They got an offensive-minded head coach, you know, and they need to replace Calvin Ridley, believe it or not.
You this is where it starts getting tricky.
What do you think?
I would go with the Terrian with the first guy that you mentioned.
The corner from Alabama, who's supposedly, I think Kool-Aid's coming off of injury. I think that's what pushed him down. I like saying Kool-Aid too, though.
Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah.
Kool-Aid. Now, there's a guy named Nate Wiggins that could go from Clemson. But I think it's Terran Arnold. I wouldn't take those Alabama corners because Saban gets everything out of them. They're not going to grow anymore. He gets everything out of them. And a lot of them, more often than not, just don't play well in the NFL, in my opinion. They don't play up to their billing. That's why I'm worried about J.C. Latham, the tackle. Their receivers are fine. I mean, Devontae Smith, Julio Jones, that there's something about the corners and the interior players, maybe the interior players, the defensive and offensive linemen are worn down.
Just get tired out. No.
Yeah, they get physically worn down, and they just now some guys have gotten second contracts. The two that play for the Commanders got second contracts, but they're not dominant.
Right.
You know, the LSU players turn out to be better players in the pros. Yeah, Eagles, man, they just Jalen Carter falls right to them last year from a New Orleans Saints trade up the year before that, if you don't recall.
That's crazy.
So that was even their pick. Remember, Carter was like the 9th pick.
My page just got closed
And
out.
now they have a new defensive coordinator there that they picked up from Miami that it didn't work out with him after 1 year.
Yeah.
Kind of got an ego. He just didn't gel well with the players here. Vic Fangio, remember him?
Yeah.
Former, I think it was a coach of Denver, right?
Denver coach, and then he coached the Dolphins, right?
Yeah. So you're going with Terran Arnold with this next pick?
Yeah, and Fangio's now the Philly guy, and they're gonna be okay, man. Philly's not gonna. They're not gonna lose.
Yeah, and their offensive coordinator is the former Dallas offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, Keelan Moore. He was bad with the Chargers, but the Chargers didn't have a great head coach. You know. A few more picks, man. Getting close to the top of the hour. You got a good 3 hard hours out of me.
They got a lot of commercials, man. They're pushing a lot of stuff.
Did this guy show up yet on the TV side?
Yeah, I just said that the Philly guy.
He did show up.
Yeah, man, he was in front of the cameras and everything.
Hold on, something just happened here.
Uh-oh. Is it a trade?
I got something just happened. Let me go to my. There's been a selection made. Okay.
So
the Jacksonville Jaguars. Offensive-minded head coach. The Jaguars take LSU wide receiver Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas.
This guy made a note here, my guy here. Jacksonville had tried to trade for Brandon Ayuk previously, but now that's over. So now that's 4 wide receivers. I need 1 more wide receiver. And remember, Buffalo at 28 needs a wide receiver like a hog needs slop, okay? They've got Stephon Diggs is gone. Gabriel Davis is gone.
So this 23 Vikings pick is
Jacksonville. Let me go ahead and put that one in there.
It's Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville. They just took Brian Thomas from LSU.
It's not updated.
Yeah, JAX.
I have 23. The Minnesota Vikings getting the pick from Cleveland through Houston. Did they trade it again?
No, that's 24. BRIAN.
No, 24 is Cowboys.
Yeah, they're next. What are you talking about? The Jaguars traded down with Minnesota.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you're getting tired too, huh?
I'm getting tired of all these.
You're in the Eastern time.
No, what happened was I had my draft list and it shut off.
And now Dallas.
Yeah, now
definitely hang around for the Dallas Cowboys to see what they're going to do. They need help at receiver. They may take Xavier Worthy. Dallas may take Xavier Worthy. Now Guyton is still available. Nah, they need Guyton from Oklahoma. Jerry Jones loves him some Oklahoma players. Okay, who was
Guyton was big on them anyway. So
Tyler Guyton, who's their wide receiver? Who's their number 1 receiver now?
Who
for Dallas?
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb went to Oklahoma.
Hmm.
So they're pretty good at receiver, and they're really good at offensive linemen. Orlando Brown went to Oklahoma. So I'm thinking Tyler Guyton, Oklahoma. That's my guess, and that would be 7. That would be 7 tackles, if I'm not mistaken. That's a bunch, man.
So you're listening to our feet tour. Somebody
Hey, listen to Sports Scope, man.
They listening to us.
I'm telling you, remember when I had the Periscope out? You could be able to see. Dang, I just got off my guy. I got to go back find him now. I got to get back on him, man. My man has been on point today. Okay, here we go. Tony Khan wore a neck brace at the draft. I wonder why. That's the owner of the Jaguars. They're pretty hyped up there. Yeah, Tyler Guyton or possible Xavier Worthy from Texas. I don't think so, but they just got rid of Tyler. They let Tyler Smith walk. He's now a Jet.
Right.
And the Jets do the right thing. They get the tackle and they get the move down pick. They get some extra picks.
Well, who you got? You got for the Dallas Cowboys?
Tyler Guyton, offensive lineman.
You got Guyton.
Oklahoma. That's my guess. What are you going with?
Yeah, because
or they could go corner too and go with Armin.
Yes.
They didn't sign back Gilmore. I think they go with Guyton though.
And they had the Pittsburgh Steelers. They liked Guyton a lot.
Every time I think they'll go defense, they'll go offense. Only time I knew they would go defense is when they got Micah, because Micah was so highly regarded. They picked 10th that year. They took Michael Parsons from Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
But he was all that in a couple suit, man. He was, man. He covered a lot of ground. I'm going with Guyton. You going with Guyton?
Yeah, I'm going with Guyton because he was a top rated. They thought that he was going to be, the Dallas Cowboys thought they were going to be able to not be able to get him because they heard that Pittsburgh wanted him, and then Pittsburgh ended up getting Fatnu because Fatnu fell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Guyton's a solid pick.
Mm-hmm. I gotta quit snacking.
Well, at least you got snacks.
I'm messing around and get heartburn.
I
told you some of that heartburn relief for Pepsi AC.
I just munched on I was looking for a Snickers bar or something.
Hungry? You get a little cranky when you get hungry.
My wife was like,
I love Mr. Goodbar.
My wife was like, I got one of these, and I was like, yo, hit me up.
That's the best, dude. You got Mr. Goodbar?
Hit me up.
Man, that's big time right there, man.
You can see how ghetto he is in New York. You got to just pay for that sticker on there. Like you can't walk around with the candy bar and someone be like, yo, you pay for that?
Really?
Put a sticker.
Do you have to get somebody to open up a glass case for you to get the candy bars?
I had to wait for 2 minutes.
Hey, I know how bad it is up there now. I've been reading.
I had to ring for assistance.
You got to ring for assistance to get toothpaste. People steal anything, man.
Oh my goodness! Everywhere I go, you would think you was like
it'll stink out of manure. Okay.
They closed down a lot of CVS, Walgreens, and Dwayne Reed's because of that here in New York. Those farmers, the huge ones, the big ones, like Rite Aids and stuff. They closed them down because people just walk in and walk out with stuff.
That's ridiculous, man. Okay, the Cowboys are trading down from 24.
Oh.
The Lions are coming up.
Oh, well, who the Lions? Who the Lions?
The Lions need defense. I think they're going to take this Jarjan guy.
The Lions need.
I think they're going to take Newton from. They need help at corner, but I think they're going to take Newton from Illinois.
Jarjan. That's probably what they're going to do because
Jarjan Newton to help. Who was that edge rusher they got? Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Somebody to offset Aiden Hutchinson. That's just my guess. This guy's pretty highly rated, man. I wonder if the Nuggets have came back on Denver.
The Denver Nuggets are Denver Nuggets.
The Nuggets came back on L.A. Now L.A.'s still up by 7, but it's still early, man. It's just second quarter. Do.
Amen.
Nothing's came in yet, man. The Dallas trading down. You know what? They didn't make any moves hardly.
Nope.
In free agency.
So they trade down to what to get? What pick was the Lions? 29.
I want to say Dallas have traded. The Dallas have traded Dak Prescott, but they haven't.
Remember, I said that the Dallas should trade.
I would love to see Dallas get Michael Penix. Okay, the Lions have made a pick.
You lying. You lying.
Well, we were right about some of the better players that were on the board. The Lions are taking Alabama's quarterback, Terrion Arnold.
Oh, they got okay.
Yeah. You know, who is that other? I have to look it up. They got a safety last year from Alabama, and he's turned out to be really good. And now they got, these two guys played together.
Yeah, so it helps. They don't got to coach them.
There's a communication issue. There's going to be some, But
that don't help you.
Communication advantage there.
It don't help you pedestrian quarterbacking going on there. So.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody do that. Everybody was says, "Oh, Goff took him to a Super Bowl." I was like, I think it was Donald and their defensive coordinator that took them to a Super Bowl there, but whatever.
Right. OLED. Terrion Arnold, cornerback
from the
AL.
From Alabama.
Touchdown, Alabama.
So what do you think?
Let me look at their depth chart.
What do you think
If I had to pick it today, I think they're going to the Super Bowl in the NFC.
Who, Detroit?
Yeah, man.
Nah, man.
I'm telling you, dude.
You can't go nowhere with that quarterback.
And he has not re-signed yet. He's going to play. This is going to be a contract year for him.
I wouldn't re-sign him anyways.
Let's see. Yeah, they signed DJ Ritter from Cincinnati. Okay. Jack Campbell, linebacker. Brian Branch from Alabama was a playmaker last year. 3 interceptions. So him and Arnold, they're going to be able to play off each other.
They solidify that back line.
All right, well, 25. We will. Okay, Dallas gets the 29th pick and the 73rd pick. Well, I mean, the Rams the Lions are loaded, man. And now they have so much depth. They used to not have any depth. I'll hang around. Last pick, folks. Last pick, and I gotta call it a night. 15 more picks than I expected. Let's see what we got here.
Who's next? And the Green Bay Packers?
I think it's Green Bay, actually.
They're gonna pick Cooper DeJean because they like them Iowa kids. They like those Midwest.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean would be perfect for them. Yeah, that's
they like
or
him.
They could use a lineman as well. Tyler Guyton would be perfect.
Ooh, Tyler Guyton.
Tyler Guyton to replace David Bakhtiari, who they moved off of. But I'm like you. I think they probably go.
Well, you got Newton, right? You have Guyton.
Yeah.
Do you really need DeJean, the Cooper kid?
Cooper DeJean, I think they want to move off of Jar Alexander. That's what I'm reading. Because he's immature and he's acting out. He's some guys act crazy when they sign that second contract, man. That's my guess, but if you need an offensive lineman, I mean, they did well without Bakhtiari, but maybe, maybe they felt like that was fool's gold and that was lightning in the bucket.
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
They need more stability at that tackle position.
Do you pick the best player that's left on the board?
Yeah, I know. And it may be Cooper DeJean. But then again, it may be Eiten.
It'd be either Guyton or you got to go
Guyton. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't pick DeJean over those guys. You can't.
Yeah, you want to go interior first, don't you?
Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, I don't know. You can, but you shouldn't.
Well, Cowboys pick up the 73rd pick. How about the Cowboys?
Then they did it without having to get rid of CeeDee Lamb or Parsons. Look at that.
Yeah.
I got to get battery charger.
Go ahead. Yeah, so Dallas need as many draft picks as they can get because they got Micah Parsons coming up next year, folks. And he's going to command a lot of money. I was thinking maybe they would trade Parsons. I was hearing he was wearing thin on staff, but he does back up his play, though. He's one of the best pass rushers in the game. And pending something really bad, you just don't get rid of those guys. It's not like a receiver who affects the quarterback who can really dictate the outcome of a game in a negative way, You can kind of get away with more Lawrence Taylor showed up at game time one time. He was so messed up.
Oh, he always talks about.
He's like, "What's all this traffic doing?" It's like, "Oh, hey, taking a cab home or something." He's like, "It's a game, Lawrence." He's like, "Oh crap!" They just ran in, just played the game.
Yeah,
I would love to hear that story told again.
I heard a story, man. He was like, I was so, I was having a good time at the club, and I was just so messed up. I was tired. I was going to go to.
Okay, got a pick here.
Nice.
Okay, we have made it to 25. The Green Bay Packers will select Arizona tackle guard Jordan Morgan.
Wow. Look at that.
Another offensive lineman out of Arizona.
What? This guy Guyton keeps falling. Somebody gonna get.
But look at as another tackle though. Who was right about the position.
Yeah. Well, which one was this?
Jordan. I didn't even have him in the first round. Jordan Morgan.
Morgan.
From tackle guard from University of Arizona.
Oh yeah. Morgan from Arizona. Okay. No, I didn't have him on my board at the first round at all. I don't think I had Morgan until like the middle of the second round.
Yeah. Oh, did you a second round?
I did the whole draft. I was just messing around. I'm not that good at
this. Hey man, some guys do that. You could see it on like NFL.com and stuff.
I mean, I do that and I try to compare myself to like Schrager and and some of these guys. And I do I've done better than Kuiper 3 years in a row.
I've done pretty well too today. I was really surprised by some of those picks. But
I'm not saying I'm the next Mel Kiper, but
Jesus,
they gotta pay you for that. Hey,
Hershey, right there, isn't it?
Yeah, Hershey and Jesus, they gotta come through.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk some basketball. We'll have a lot shorter show.
You done? Just the last one?
We got 7 more picks, but I gotta crash. It's top of the hour. You gonna be here tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay. I got the TV on and everything. I was hoping you'd tell your guy to send me the next 3 picks.
Well, if you're on the X out, you can follow Ari Morov. MEIROV on the X out.
MEI
ARIMEIROV.
MEI.
You got to follow me too on X app. You ain't following me yet. We got all our clips on there.
Butler.
Yeah, you'll see me. Just put in Sports Scope and you'll be able to see. You got a few clips of our videos on there.
I'm behind in social media stuff. I've been doing some work for people and stuff. So
all right, man.
Social media's been behind, but
I gotta go to work tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Enjoy the sports.
See you.